Made up of 18 Jamaican herbs and spices. Add delicious.
Welcome to I Am Sure Sports.
I am Sure Sports. You know me there, I'm coast to coast representing. I mean, I say this is righteous representing for Omar. You don't know, come get the sports over here from near and far. Boy. Me say I am Sure Sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. I am Sure Sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. If me not sure, that me not say it. Know who score, that me not say it. Never know the game play, that me not say it. If me never seen a game, me no know who play. For your sports news, better come over here so. For your soccer news, then come over here so. If you don't love sports, still come over here so. For the day done, you are gonna love over here so.
So when it comes on to behavior concerning football, Jamaica is decent. I am sure that if we can get all of these things done, set in place by the end of April, it gives us enough time before the World Cup campaign. Not afraid of no Brazil, no Argentina with these crap of players. We are good enough. Remember to like, subscribe, share. Listen, comment. Let me know what your thoughts are.
Trick Jerk Marinade gives your meats and vegetables authentic Jamaican jerk flavor. The spices are directly from Jamaica. Spices like jerk seasoning, allspice, Scotch bonnet pepper, fresh scallions, thyme, ginger, and garlic. The key ingredients to a great jerk marinade. 0% sugar and low in sodium. You want to try it?
Made up of 18 Jamaican herbs and spices. Add delicious, bold flavor to your next grilling experience. Flavoring sauce, a marinade, basting, condiment, or topping. Trick Nick Jerk Barbecue Sauce.
All right. Let me do a little bit of shifting. Welcome back to I Am Sure Sports. How you doing, my beautiful people? Oh my word, you must have been missing me on a live. So many things have happened since I've last been on a live, but it is certainly good to be here. Let me, as usual, we haven't changed from who we are and how we represent ourselves. We believe in the Most High God, the one who has made the heavens and the earth. He keeps us. And in his word, it is declared that no weapon that is formed against us shall prosper. And every tongue that rises up against us in condemnation will be proven wrong. For this shall be our heritage as children of the Most High God. All right? His words never return to him void. It accomplishes the purpose that it was sent forth for. It means that the power of life and death is in your tongue. And many times you get what you speak. And if you want to change what you're getting, then maybe you should change what you are speaking. For out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speak forth. All right? All right, I understand. All right, that they are not hearing me. So let me check on my microphone. Mic, her phone. Oh, I see. Check. All right, you should be hearing. All right, should be hearing me a little bit better now. All right, tell me if you're hearing me better because I've just made an audio change, right? So we are surrounded by the love of the Most High God. And in right now,
especially for those of you who reside overseas, I want you to say a word of prayer for the people of Jamaica as we are about to experience a hurricane that could cause damages. And so far, the Norman Manley International Airport has been shut down because of the impending weather forecast. So before we even get into the business of sport, while we may not be affected or we don't know, let us pray for those persons who are in it. We believe in prayer. I mean, even if you don't believe, maybe the person you're praying for believes in it. So let us just right where you are. Just say a little word. If you don't know anything, you know, many of us in Jamaica, we learned what is called the Lord's Prayer, our Father who art in heaven. If you don't know that, then here is what. Go ahead. Say the 23rd Psalm, the Lord is my shepherd, whatever you know. But for me, I like praying. I don't pray long because I believe that length in prayer is not necessarily strength in prayer. You can get to the point and pray as long as you have faith, because without faith, it is impossible to please God. For anyone who comes to him must believe that he exists and that he is a rewarder of those who diligently seek him. All right? Yeah. So, Heavenly Father, we thank you and we bless you for this beautiful day in the midst of the impending weather. It is the day that you have made, and we will rejoice and be glad in it. We pray for the country of Jamaica, those who are presently occupying, visiting, residing in the geographical borders of Jamaica. We pray that as this storm passes over us, that you will keep and protect your people, that there will be no loss of life, because, you know, we can rebuild from losing the material things. But what is life is there's no family, there is no love, and there is no care. So we pray that you'll keep them safe, the most vulnerable among us, Lord God, those who they don't live in proper structures. We pray that you'll protect them. We pray that you'll give our leaders the wisdom to do what is right in the midst of what is happening. If it is your will, Lord God, if it is your will, and we have to face this, let us come out of it better. But we pray and ask that you just shift the wind and the rain, and so that it will move past us as a nation. But we also pray for the rest of the Caribbean, people who are, even their countries are small and more exposed. We pray that you will keep them and protect them. We thank you for this, and we say amen, amen, in Jesus' name. You don't know we stay. People, we may be frozen a little bit. We may be frozen a little bit, you know, but you understand me? We don't try the case, so I don't know what is going on. Maybe the weather. Yeah. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on with this internet here, man? What's going on with the internet? Yeah, what's going on with the internet here? What's going on? What's going on? Can you hear me, people? You can hear, but you can't see. I don't know what is going on. And I'm not going to refresh it. Blank screen. Yo, I want ramp with me. People, who is playing with me? All right. let me go and talk until this thing decide to show itself up again. At some point, it's going to come back. Very lot of work, me I tell you, Jason. But big up Jason, Pessa, Drew, Romain. Let me call up some of the names them out and early. Triple A, Butters. Hey, people, we meet Butters, you know, big up yourself. Butters always a beat, you know. Owen, up. You understand me? Sure improvement. Beautiful lady. Always good having you around this place. Rudolph, bless up yourself. Naji, I don't know, you know, man. Yeah, man. Eagle Republic, Mr. Michael Thomas. Yeah. All right. I don't want to kill time because you can. Alan Weatherburn. Up and up. Come on, done. So far, records, music, me all a salute. You understand me? Yeah. But people, in the meantime, in between time, here's what. Big up Eagle Republic. Like today is a very special show, so I want you to call in, and I am going to answer. Roger Burrell, you're so simple, but we'll fix it up. I want you to call in and ask your questions, right? And I will be honest, and what I cannot answer, and I will tell you that. But call and ask, yeah, and then I'll answer the questions because I know some of you have many questions that you want answered, so I will answer them for you. Let me just try this and see what is going to happen. Can you see me now? I fix it. All right, let me go fast. Live 11 radio, know yourself, big up. All right, first thing, people. All right, so I want you to call in. I will take some questions from the comment section, but I want you to call in. So there are three things you have to do. Hit the like button, please. Subscribe, share. Many of you have not given a super stick and a super chat. All of that has been down for a couple of Fridays, but I have some faithful subscribers, and while I was overseas, some of them really came up and said, Mannings, no super chat, no super sticker, and the bam and thing. You can do that today. Give some super stickers, super chats if you love the content. All right, I tried my best to keep you up to the loop when I was not there. All right, so I have something that I want to talk about first. Couple of minutes. One, this is it. What is it? Simple. In cricket, right? If you are beyond the boundary rope and you catch the ball, they would say it's a 6. So normally what the players do is that if they are going to go out of bounds, they throw the ball back in bounds and then they get it. All right. For basketball, if you are out of bounds and your foot is on the ground and you touch the basketball, it is ruled as the ball is out of play. The same thing apply with if you're playing volleyball and you're out of play and touch the ball, I think it is ruled as you being out of bounds. Netball is similar. No, I think the rule need to change in football. For example, in the Holland versus Romania game not too long ago, the second goal scored by Holland, Cody Gakpo was out of bounds and he touched the ball. He kept the ball in bounds. I think that should not be allowed in football, right? It because of how the offside rule is, if you're out of bounds and you touch the ball, it should be ruled out of play. I think they need to make that change to football. So that is just the point I want to make. If you're out of bounds and you touch the ball, it should be ruled as you being out of play. That is how I think football should be. I think they need to change that in football. So people, you can tell me what you think about that, right? So that is what I am saying. You're out of bounds, you should not be able to touch the ball. That is one of the rules I think needs to. That's cool. Because it happens in cricket. Jarrod TMC says no. Flavor Mac shaking him head. I don't like it. I don't like the idea that I can be out of bounds as long as the ball don't go out of bounds. But for other sport, it doesn't apply. But what I'm saying in cricket is the same. They do it in cricket. They do it in basketball. They do it in netball, right? So, yeah. All right. All right. So, all right. Nobody not agree with me. All right. So, all right. So, number one. So, again, let's move on. Here are a lot of people. So nobody has called in yet, but everybody's asking. Everybody's asking who is going to be the next coach. People, like, you must have more more important question. I that is not my part of the job. I don't think anyone knows. I don't even think the technical committee, in my opinion, has a coach in mind. I don't think they have a coach like this is the person. There may be persons who have probably talked to them or they have spoken to, but I don't think there is. You have a coach. Just imagine like a coach resigned on the 1st, and then today is what? The 2nd, the resignation took effect the 1st of July, or the 30th of June, and then the 2nd you apply, you appoint a coach or you have a coach. No, like, yet I think there are other questions that must be and other things that needs to be dealt with, right? In terms of even, because the coach had a contract up, I think, until 2026. So what happens now that he has resigned from the job, all right? I am head of players affairs. Big up for that position there, sir. But being head of players affairs, though, Owen, don't mean that you have any role in who a technical committee appoints or interviews in terms of head coach, though. You understand me? So I'm not sure. All right. Somebody is saying that talk to Mr. Speed if you're watching. DW says you can talk to Clarence Seedorf, right? Like somebody says talk to Clarence Seedorf. Then somebody else says that Bob Bradley, former USA coach, is out of a job. Bob Bradley used to manage the USA team. Older coach is there. All right. All right. So you have that. Let me see again. Who else? So I hear Bob Bradley, Clarence Seedorf. I hear someone's, what is that? That Thierry Henry is out, is in pursuit of a job. All right. I hear somebody say these people that we should go back for René Simoes, right? I hear people saying that. I hear Miguel calling him. I see Dre Anywhere That Sports saying Paul Hall. I hear people saying Joby McAnuff. So it's a lot of names. I hear people saying all over the place, right? So I don't know. I just calling in that. Listen, I'm just telling you. All right. I hear Unseen asking for the link. Today, Unseen, if you chat one piece of nonsense, I shall remove you from the thing. Forthwith. Yeah, I also heard about Robin Fraser, who is no longer at Colorado. And maybe some of these people have applied. Somebody said no to Simoes. I see somebody, Umza saying Tapper. Jeez, like, what is wrong with Umza? Are you serious or are you joking? You must be joking. And nothing but that. Don't try. Our try style unseen, but unseen from the job. Eh? Miguel Coley, a JC man saying Miguel Coley. Yeah. All right. People have unseen. Welcome to the show. Good afternoon. You're the first person. Yeah. Do you have any questions? What is your take? Oh, you're a CEO. Sorry, sir. Mr. Chief Executive Officer. Welcome to the show. Congratulations. Understand that you won the Keller Williams under 13 title in St. Anne. And I also heard that your under 19 lost on penalty, so you'd have won the double. So big up yourself on that. Flavor Max TV says, Coach DaCosta. Who is Coach DaCosta? Who is Coach DaCosta?
Him always come around the show, you know?
Oh, that coach. Okay. All right. Some Speed, I can tell you this. I don't think Rudolph Speed is looking to coach the Jamaica national team. I don't think he has any desire right now. Yeah. Unseen, welcome to the show. What say it to you?
Yeah, man. Thanks for the praises. It was a good competition, a lot of work. The boys made me proud, especially your son as well. Wonderful game in the final from Mr. Stennett. He played his heart out. People, man is man's on a ball and better than him father, yeah? Anyway. Management freeze. Anyway, yeah, IT push, big up, respect.
Hold on, Fresh got me not answering the question. If first question straight off the bat, will you be the next Reggae Boyz coach? Fresh God, that is the question. Definitely Unseen will not be. We can answer that for Unseen. Which is this one? Fresh. Just will I be staying on with? But I don't know. I think those things should be. I think when a coach comes in, he should get the choice of his staff. You understand me? That's what I said. I believe that a coach should get the choice. Get to make the choices in terms of his team. Not all of it, but what he would consider to be the most important parts of it. But Unseen, go ahead.
Yeah, so my question to you now, Management, is how was it like, playing in the Copa America? Being a part of the team, going there, what have you learned in terms of management and things that you had to do to get things right for the boys so they're comfortable going out there to play?
All right, you're going to hear me, but you're not going to be seeing me. All right, because I think it's a little fun. So I mean, in terms, I think what I'll say Unseen is that since I've been, it's over a year now, I think there has been a lot of improvement in terms of the administrative and the managerial. And if people look, they will see like a lot of the issues that you'd have heard on previous trips, in terms of, players missing flights or luggage being left or turning up late. A lot of those things I think had seriously improved because of just how, and part of it is the kind of professionalism I thought like Coach Hal Grimson brought on, like the staff complement, he added to the staff complement, and he made mention of that in his press conference in terms of the different persons he brought in to train the local persons so that there is more professionalism. So I think the whole staffing and the management, the overall management of the team changed significantly. I also believe that there's a lot more when compared to what you see in terms of the other teams in CONMEBOL, for example, and like the top teams in CONCACAF, like Costa Rica, Mexico, USA. We have a lot of work to do. I think when it comes on to Caribbean and probably Central America, we are either above or on par in terms of those things, right? But when it comes on to the top teams, we have a lot to do in terms of getting there. Of course, some of that has to do with financial resources and maximizing what you have, like as a team. Like one of the big takeaway, I think almost every team got fines, except for Jamaica. The only fines that Jamaica kind of got out of the competition is like for cards, and we probably end the competition as, with one of the better disciplinary records. People may not account for that, but if you understand CONMEBOL, because of the kind of conflicts they have there, they have very excessive fines, like fines 50, 20, 30,000 US. Things like coming out of the locker room late, the coach having been suspended if you come out beyond a certain minutes, like wearing the wrong attire, not having on bibs, the team having like headphones over their head, wearing other branding out of what is stipulated. Like the fines are ridiculous. So when you see how those things are managed, you have to say give kudos to the
coach and management.
Yeah, and I think the coach brought a lot of that in terms of raising the bar in terms of professionalism.
So for you,
the team is concerned. Yeah,
not cutting the management. So for you now, in terms of that, how do you operate in that type of scenario where you have to make sure that those things are in place and so on? What do you do to get the boys?
Yeah, man. So a lot of the dialogue between the players. So here's what. So a lot of things improve behind the scenes. So normally, like before, like my time, what used to happen is that there used to be, for example, like the travel agent used to do the ticket. So a lot of times there'll be problems with the tickets. So then I started getting involved to make the ticketing arrangement better. But that is very time consuming, because of just the different players where they're coming from, how they want the flights to be, getting the good flights. So what we did now, we appointed a logistic person who came on for around 6 months now, right? So the logistic person was able to work with me and the travel agent to make sure that all ticketing arrangements were better. So the players also got their preferred flight at their preferred time and all of those things. So a lot of those little things, like I said, improved over time and they have gotten better. I think we have a better system now than we had like probably 16 months ago. I think the systems around the team, like Hal Grimson has done that and he has to get a lot of credit. Like he forced the changes that leaves, and he said it in his exit interview, that the platform is now set, that when a coach comes in, he has a good platform to build from because of those things, because those things are important. You'd have heard Leon Bailey spoken about those things. And I think like when Leon spoke, he was speaking about previous times, because since I've been there, I can't say his experience in terms of travel has been the experience. So, but he probably would have had issues before that, because those changes were made right at the Gold Cup last year. And before that, we just had the Austria camp that we did. Yeah.
All right.
So that is part of the management. The management of the team also includes, like, after the game, you have your recovery meal. After training, you have recovery meal. If players are sick, have certain things, you have to manage those equipment, what the people wear. Like you have seen tournaments where names were not properly spelled. You realize that there was no issue like that, because like those things you manage. You manage the equipment department, the medical department, the technical department really operates, because that is the coach's portfolio. But you manage all of the other departments outside of that. You see something like this, a major tournament, and you don't hear strikes or issues concerning players' salary and payments and stuff like that.
That's what real management. You have to manage those things as the head coach, so that everything can flow into one. You understand me? You can imagine you don't manage the medical department and something happen.
Yeah, there you go.
You understand? And I think
so, for example, we brought our own chef, but again, you go to a different country, the rules are different. So like only one of the hotels, our personal. So one of the hotels, our chef cooked. The other hotel, according to their rules, not going to call the name of the hotel, they don't allow outsiders to even be in the kitchen. So our second game was very difficult in terms of the kind of meal we were exposed to. The third game, it was similar. I have a call coming in unseen, but we were better able to manage in the kitchen and stuff. So that was part of the issue as well, in terms of the meals. I think I need to turn on the Bluetooth thing here for the caller. Yeah. So that was part of it. We had that difficulty because in a different country, the rules in terms of how you operate in their kitchen space was different. And so though you have a chef now, he's not able to do certain things. Yeah.
You get through to the caller?
Yeah, the caller was calling. But I think, like, let me want to ask the people, what if like a Miguel Coley, for example, were to get the job? Do you think he deserves an opportunity, having worked with Schaefer, gone and gotten the experience, a Jamaican who has been overseas? Do you think that he would be a good option to take on this? Can he? Yeah. What are your thoughts? Because I hear people saying it in the comment section.
Can I say something about that?
Go ahead.
All right. So I interviewed him on my channel, and he's a person that is very organized, very professional, based on what I garner from that interview. He likes structure. He likes to put things in place so that things flow properly managed.
Yeah. All right. I have the caller. Flavor Max, welcome to the show.
Good afternoon to you, good afternoon to Anson, good afternoon to your listeners, commenters. You want to ask him on his own.
Everybody look like Manning's man got kicked off the platform. Hopefully he's back soon.
That have to do with the court. So my question to you, Manning's man, what happened between then and now for the coach to step in?
Hold on. You're not hearing the caller. I'm hearing the caller. Check.
I'm hearing Manning's man.
All right. So you're saying what happened now? Like, listen.
Between then and now.
So my thing is that, like I said, like for me, the coach kind of spoke to some of those things. I think it is, like he said, it's mutual consent. And one of the things he said he said that it was very Christian in terms of the discussion. I felt like the coach didn't want to leave. This is how I feel. And I felt like the JFF didn't want the coach to leave. But it's hard to put your finger on it, right?
So what cause? But come on, asking you what were you think? What caused the coach to leave? That was sudden.
Listen. So what I would say is that Jamaican culture is very it's a very difficult space to work in, and I think a lot of Europeans, especially smaller European nations, may find it hard to adjust to the culture. We are a bigger space. So when 100,000 people, 150,000 people have an issue with you, right? It's from your country. It's half of your country that To Jamaica, to you, Flavor Max, that's a small amount of people. So follow me. But when you put that in your own country, half of your country would be against you. So I think sometimes some of the things in the public domain and his difficulty in like understanding the nature of the Jamaican people, that when somebody says, for example, yo, you're an idiot, and we not rate and say, yo, you can't, that kind of thing, even a person who love you sometimes talk to you in a way to make you feel like if they really love you. Like, so it's very difficult because the Jamaican football space is very aggressive. It's very so you talk to the average Jamaican player, even the ones from England, people don't realize that even the Jamaican players, from England, you would be amazed if you were with them and you remove the English accent. You'd swear that them come from some of the garrisons of Jamaica, how them operate. You can tell. What I'm saying to you, you can tell that these guys they must have Jamaican in them. So I think sometimes that kind of environment could have its take on people. Because you could be at a game in Jamaica and all fans, y'all win a game. Because this is, I know that he had this experience. The coach, we played a game in Jamaica and we won. And the first three comment to the coach is this. It's not congratulations. These are from footballing people. You know what the first comments were? Yo, them said you're idiots, side. Where are the coach? 5 them forget. You see when Iceland wins a game, it's a celebration. When Jamaica win by 1, depending on who you play, it could be cussing for you as a coach.
So what are you saying in a nutshell is one public pressure and just the culture of the Jamaica of the Jamaica people. Just my take on it, but he did give reasons though. He just felt like in his thing he did say that like somebody need to bring the team to the next level.
and he knows that the team is going to be at the World Cup in 2026.
Okay. Last thing before my cut. How do you assess the just concluded tournament? How you think with it?
All right, so number one. So the first game against Mexico, we should not have lost that game. That I put solely on the team, and they took full responsibility for that. We should not have lost that game, right? The second game, you'd have heard that the referee probably not going to ref again. You'd have heard from that Jamaica should have gotten a penalty. It was not given. And it's not like, I don't feel like Ecuador ball Jamaica off the park. And we could look at that game and said that, like, Ecuador deserved to win by 3-4 goals, kind of a thing. So I think when you look at those two games, I think that we could have gotten points out of that game. We should have changed the third game, because I think the third game was so difficult for the team, right? Because the third game, when the first half of the third game, was 0-0, and we were right in the game with Venezuela. All right. If you listen to the people, they're saying that Jamaica is more talented in terms of on paper than the other teams in the group when they think about the names, and like the Leon Bailey being absent and the Andre Blake being absent and the Amari Bell being absent and stuff. When you look at that, but football is not played on paper. I think a couple of things affected the team. Again, one, we had to play two players who had gotten no minutes and had not played in a long while in the third game. Kudos to them. But those were like right before the game. Like in warm-up, one player felt ill, had to leave the stadium. And the next player had an injury, and couldn't start. So you had to change the two wing backs. And you put in two players who had no minutes before, and they're coming into a game like this. I think it affected that.
So, all right. So, we in search for a commercial management.
Yes, sir.
If you were in the position to help to select a coach, what profile coach would you select? Like a local coach, a European coach, Spanish?
Firstly, I don't believe that there's a local coach who can lift us beyond where we are right now. I don't believe there is. I do not believe that there's a local coach right now who can lift us beyond where we are.
So where would you go searching? Where? Europe, South America.
Just look at who is available. Who are the coaches who are available?
Yeah, but I'm asking you, for somebody who have been around the team and in the environment, what kind of profile coach you think fit best to the players that we have to our disposal now, as a man who is in and around the environment?
Huh? Like who? But I'd have to know who. What I'm saying to a Flavor Max is, who is first? I'd have to look at. All right, who are the persons who are available? You understand me?
Let's say everybody are available to you.
If everybody available, if everybody is available right now,
realistically,
if everybody is available right now, there's a couple of names out there that I like. If like I think because like a Thierry Henry. Let me speak the truth.
No, I said give me two.
So that's what I'm doing, man. Just so let me tell you what. I think like this would be a good job for Mauricio Pochettino. I'm going to tell you why. Why I think it's a good job for Mauricio Pochettino. Because he's from Argentina. He has been around CONCACAF players, right? He has something to prove, seeing that he's not in club football at the moment. He was once needed to coach Argentina, didn't take it. This is a job that he could come and coach in the World Cup in CONCACAF, All right. That's one person. Thierry Henry has always spoken about Jamaica team. He even defended Jamaica team on ESPN on several occasions. That's the next person that I think could be good who can do it. All right. I think like Robin Fraser is a next name that is out there. You have like Joby McAnuff. That's a name that is out there. These are former players who have coached. They have not coached national teams, but they're out there, you know, out there. Say you have those players. I think Miguel Cole is someone who can be looked at as well because he was with Schaefer. He was out in what they call the Far East. So that is part of it. You see, now listen, people, the man asked me a question and me answer. So if me answer the question, no, you can't give an opinion. That is just my opinion. Yeah. So those are some of the names that I would call my friend that I know are out there and I've heard them speak about. I heard Pochettino, for example, talk about the Jamaica team. He did something in talking about Argentina, and he said the Jamaica team is a team that he loves. And he's just marveled at the amount of talent that they have in England. So obviously he knows something.
All right, man.
Yeah, man.
Thank you for your time watching and I'm listening.
All right, blessings. Yeah, man. All right, cool.
Yeah.
All right, let's take a next one. Unseen. All right, hold on, people. The thing is frozen again, you know. Smart Choice, welcome to the show. Good afternoon. Moses, let me just thanks Moses for the super chat. He says, this is not conjuncture. This is factual. The first 45 minutes of the Ecuador game, a 17-year-old run the midfield. I am here, and his excuses keep singing to the choir. Not good enough. Okay. All right. Go ahead. You know that, but Moses, you know that our opinions can differ. I think Ecuador did not ball Jamaica off the park in the first half. And when Jamaica, in the second half, we had the upper hand in that game. The Mexico game, we scored a goal that if other outside VAR rules were used, we could have possibly gotten a goal in that game as well. Go ahead, Smart Choice.
My call will be very brief, but you remember about maybe about 2 to 3 weeks ago, I called you after a press conference and I asked you, and I said to you, the coach seemed like he has lost his fire. And I asked you if you think all that has been happening has negatively impacted the coach. And you basically kind of debunked it. I don't know if out of professionalism or you didn't see what I saw. But then I saw it coming. Remember when I called you that day?
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Yeah, I saw it.
So, but you're of the opinion though that the part of the situation could be the Leon. You think the Craig Butler situation may have had some impact on it?
No, I think it's the whole toxicity of the environment, bro. From the reggae girls side that to everything, it's not a healthy environment working, bro. From the reggae girls to Leon Bailey to the elections.
Okay.
I think it's just it became and plus then you have other things like the pitches, his disappointment with the football fields when he came and what his expectations were versus what he saw. You understand me? The Craig Butler situation, the embarrassment that he went through. I think it's a whole lot of things. I don't think it's just one or two, and I don't think it started a week or two ago. I saw that he has lost his fire. When that man came, he was somewhat excited, talking patois, cursing bad words, talking about, and then it just became like a figurehead after a while, just not that figurehead, but like it was just a little more robotic instead of that spontaneous, lively person. And I think it had an effect on him overall. You understand me? I think he had lost his drive, his vigor, and it doesn't make sense you're doing something but you're not excited about anymore. You understand me? So I saw that. I'm call about it. I used to say, boy, no, man, it's just, a lot of pressure on him trying to get the team ready. But me see it, brother. I call you and say to you.
Okay. Okay, well, yeah, maybe I never saw that. I never saw it coming because I don't. We went into the COPA as a second, like in terms of ranking, we were the second lowest. So only Bolivia were ranked lower than us.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and like maybe some people are saying I must have been watching a different game. Maybe I was. I do not think like Venezuela did not like that first half. To me, in my opinion, Venezuela was not outplaying Jamaica. That second half that we played against Ecuador until they scored the third goal when we were trying to get it, I don't see them outplaying us. So I don't know. I didn't see Mexico dominating Jamaica. So I would not think like not winning these games would lead to this kind of thing because given
No, but that's what I'm saying, Malik,
yeah.
man. I'm agree. Well, I'm really agreeing with you because I'm saying this thing started months ago. I think it's just a whole environment. We as fans, we're frustrated, let alone a foreigner. You understand me? Because Jamaica not eat Jamaica and Jamaicans is not eating with it. You understand me? So a foreigner who not used to these type of situation, it's gonna be tough for him. You understand? If it's not one thing, it's the other. You understand me? You can't even focus on your primary role. You're completely all the time bombarded with all sorts of administrative issues, all sorts of political issues. You understand me? So, I think it started months ago. It's not just now. I think this is over 6 months period of you thinking and deciding and weighing his mind. I think he started way before we qualified for COPA. I think this here as a matter of fact, I think this Copa thing has nothing. This Copa performance had nothing to do with it. I think this is like when the woman left here. I asked yesterday. Enough people say, yo, she left long time and she just physically leave now. It's that same situation. Right? Mentally, I think the coach had left from before. He just physically leave and we just find out now. But I might think that my brother respect.
Yeah, man. All right. Listen, respect. Thanks for the call as usual. Good having you back. Good being back. All right. Thanks for the support of the channel as well. Cause I know you always support it. Yeah, man. Blessing. Yeah, man. Unseen, back to you. Unseen, whenever you see this, it means like I don't know, the thing is frozen. You see, so I'm gonna have to go out. So you just keep on talking and making a point. You'll be, yeah.
Mine's man. Sometimes there's a bug on the stream yard, so maybe there's bug on yours, so it can cause a problem. Yeah. So I heard the caller talk about a lot of things that was the factor, and I also believe that was true. I can also add what I think as well, management. Yeah, management was saying that sometimes the bug affects the StreamYard thing, and then put it up at the top and show it anything showing that there's a bug affecting the StreamYard.
No.
Okay. So yeah, I'm saying that I agree with the caller before. I think that the issue of communication, the leakages of information to media houses and so on, it is just unbelievable. I think that is one of the things. The trust, the trust. I think Algrimson lost trust in some persons from the first time when the Leon Bailey thing came out, right? I believe, based on his interview, he never wanted to give out the information like that. He wanted to say, hey, he's going to take a break, instead of saying that he's going to, suspend the player. But somebody saw it fit to leak the information. I think that is the killer for Al Grimson, not trusting, persons in the JFF, for me.
Oh, you think so?
Yes. I think
Okay.
trust. Yeah. Trust is one of the biggest problems for him. And
Maybe it's a combination of all the things. You know, maybe it's a combination of all the things. But here's what I know. In whatever, and I know that I know the coach, and I know that's part of this whole thing. He's also looking in. Because sometimes when things go wrong, everybody look out. That man caused it, that man caused it, that caused it. And sometimes we have to look in ourselves, because I have to look into myself and say, listen, was I good enough? Did I do enough? Could I have done better? Should I have done better?
True.
And every player have to do that, because sometimes a team losing a game has nothing to do with the external factors. There's a time when players have to take responsibility. You understand me? Sometimes when a team lose a game, it's just poor decision making by a player on the field. Like, do you know that the first goal that was scored against us, we gave a possession of the ball, easy, three times. The last game, the first goal, that the ball went out and they squared it to the back post and the guy headed it in. That ball,
I never watched the last game, man.
The last game, watch the first goal. Jamaica got the ball, easy. 3 players got it, gave it away. We won it back again. We gave it away. We won it back again, and then we gave it away. In less than 1 minute, 3 different players got the ball and gave it away, which is what led to the goal.
But man is man.
So is that coaching, or is that just a player or players making errors? That is the question.
Man is man. I don't know, but Algrim even said that in an interview is that, you know, we fail to keep the ball, and he's wondering why, and he said that in time it will improve. But previous, we look at, you know, when Schaefer was here, we were keeping the ball a little better at that time. When Paula was there, the last couple of games, we keep the ball a little better. I don't know, maybe it's the tactical.
Yeah, but unseen. You watch what I'm saying. That do you see that Jamaica had more passes than Venezuela? Like our possession, we had better possessional stat against Venezuela and they still won. So we kept man. Follow me. All right. So if you look at the stats, which is what I'm saying, it is probably not the best thing to look at in this tournament, because when you check the overall stats, for example, all right, let's look at it. Jamaica versus Venezuela. Let me give you the exact stats. All right. Jamaica, all right, it turned out 47-53, because at one point we're leading. All right. Our passing accuracy compared to Venezuela was 82-85. All right. So what is the point? I think it is decision making, because though the stats are not far apart, if you give away the ball in your own half around your 18-yard box 3 times in 1 minute and it leads to a goal, is that really about poor coaching, or just player need to look and say, hey, we made some mistakes? I am also saying that there are times when you can question the coach and question the decision, but in particular, in some of these circumstances, players have to take risk. When do players take responsibility?
Yes, man, I believe the players should take responsibility. But when I look at, you know, our build-up play and where we keep possession of the ball, we keep possession of the ball in our back line. That's where we keep the ball mostly and pass it around.
Ecuador, Jamaica possession was 56% to 44% for Ecuador, and they still beat us 3-1. So it is not having the ball. It's probably what we do when we have the ball. It's exactly effective position and decision making are more important.
Right, we do have effective position.
So when you're losing the ball at the top of your 18-yard box, in that case, keeping the ball don't make sense. Other teams are losing the ball when they are way up in attack.
And then man, I can say that we don't have any pattern of play to get out from the, you know, our back line. Only thing we can do is keep the ball long.
About unseen. All right. Well, may I tell you, say, well, your opinion that may I not agree with.
No, me
There are a lot of
ask
things.
you, you know. Me
No,
ask you,
no,
tell me.
you said that you believe, so that is not asking. But we have a caller
Well,
now.
let me-
Let's get the caller. Let's get the call and then we'll come back to you. Yeah. Mikey, welcome to the show. Good afternoon. Good to have you.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, man.
Yes,
Hope
I'm
all
maybe
is
not
well
in
with
the
you.
murder. Yes.
People,
I mean,
hold on there. Because before Mikey come on, all right, we have at one point we had 240 odd people watching, and it's only 77 likes. Fresh God. Let the people them know them feet up the like button. Now get it up to 100. Please, people, like the video. If you have not yet subscribed, also just subscribe to the channel right now. We can't bother if you ask us. Come on. Why not doing this, people? All right, Mikey, go ahead.
I may be in the minority, but I am sorry that the coach is leaving. Has left. He's already gone.
Yeah.
I'm very sorry because this coach, the team has improved since he has the team in 2 years. I see that people was complaining when not possessing the ball, now we're possessing the ball, right? And the coach, the only fault I have with this coach is that they keep playing too much defensive players.
Yeah.
That is my beef. That's my beef with the coach. But apart from that, everything else, you don't build a team and expect immediate success when you're playing teams that are highly ranked above you and have been playing at this level standard of football that they play longer than you. The next question I have, this question for you. The coach mentioned something, I mean it's a rumor, I mean I dream it, that Reese Nelson came to Jamaica and the GFF, I don't know if you can answer the question, the GFF never helped him to get his passport. If you can answer the question. I don't know.
The coach, you're sure that's what the coach said? That the Reese
No. I said I don't know if I was dreaming.
No, the coach never said that.
Okay.
The coach never said that.
Okay, then somebody else. I heard somebody say.
Yeah.
Maybe somebody
Yeah.
said,
People. All right, let me just say this. I will say it again. When the players who you have been seeing and hearing about, those who have, they recently submitted. Those who have not yet submitted, those players have to get certain documents for their grandparents. When those things are worked out, they will be up. So you could see them in September. That is the hold up. It's nothing about help, sir. Okay. In fact, kudos must be given to the Ministry of Sports because all of these things, that's what I'm saying. The coach has left so many things in place. Like right now, the process of getting the players, once the information is there, getting in, it's not a problem. Once the player says, yes, I'm ready, those things are not a problem anymore. And that is to the president, the GenSec, and the Minister of Sports meeting to make that happen recent, along with the coach giving advice. So people have other information about the Reese Nelson thing. That is the best I can say right now. That once the players that you have been hearing about, the big names, right?
Yes.
Those who have, some are waiting on appointments now, which should not take long, so they should be ready by September, and then clearance from the different FAs and FIFA, and then the others is just the grandparent documents that need to be submitted.
Okay, next thing, I had called this about the coach more likely going to resign because with the too much inner fighting going on within the Jamaican football community and showing up the coach sometimes. Like such man saying that I release something and then the next week him release it. I mean, this is not professionalism. They can claim to be professional, but when him under pressure and the thing is on him, he decides to release things. And people say that him was that because the way the text message, how it was, he said, but 27 there. I just want to make you know that. I'm sorry the coach leave. That's right here. But I hope we get a good coach. And I hope whatever coach we have can continue on the destiny of that and build on what this coach has done. The team is improving. Leap and bound, like I said, the only problem we have with this coach, keep it competitive. The man is fun. Can go on.
Yeah, man. All right. Yeah, man. Thanks for the callers. Yeah, man. All right. Appreciate you liking the stream, my brethren. Big up every time. Yeah, man. We're going over 100 now. Thank you, people. All right, keep the numbers going. Moses says Pius is 17 had every Jamaican midfield and defender in his back pocket. Check his stats. Coach wasn't good enough. Thank you for all you have done. Good luck. We all saw the team for 2 years. all I can tell you is that overall, the Jamaica versus Ecuador game, statistically, we were better in most of the critical stats. Stats is not the only thing that is in a game, however. All right. So sometimes I think somebody said it earlier, stats are overrated because you see, when we outpossess people and end up losing the game, it's still cussing. And if you don't, either way, at the end of the day, what is the most important thing is winning the game. If you win the game, the stats don't matter.
So man is
The
man.
problem is when you lose. Go ahead, Unseen. All right,
Is
so let me
that-
say it, Unseen. All right, so from the first game, right, you know that Dexter and the goalkeeper were part of the team of the week. You're aware of that, right? That is coming out of the Mexico game.
True.
All right, so that's Jamal Lewis. Let me give you a next thing. All right, the balls from the back, like Michael. I don't know if you watch the games, right? When we played, watch this. When we played the ball out from the back, what is the average of those that were lost? The goals that were considered about against Jamaica is when they were passing the ball from the back. Losing the long ball was not an issue. So this is why I want you to talk to me, because you're a coach. If when you play the ball up the field, you're able to win the ball either with an Antonio or a Bowser or the diagonals that get a Cephas one-on-one, a Demarai Gray, and you lose it up there. But the passes are getting to the players. But when you play it around the back, you're losing it at the top of the box. What is the problem? Is it long pass? Because you keep on coming back to long pass. But when we play the long pass, we get the ball. When we play the short pass, we're losing it. Someone you break that down for me.
So more I differentiate long pass and long ball, because for me, we play a lot of long ball instead of long pass.
No, I'm talking about the games. Tell me the long balls that were played, because the goalkeeper, there are many a times when the goalkeeper got the ball in this game. Mm-hmm. Jamal, watch the game. Mikel Antonio was out calling him way up the field. And you know what the goalkeeper did? Put it down and played it from the back. In fact, these are the 3 games that from Coach Hal Grimson has been there. Statistically, Jamaica has built up from the back the most. And then you're looking at this and telling me about long ball. So you have to explain that to me. That's all I'm saying.
Yes, that's what I'm saying to you. So, all right. So in the game, Mexico game, because I didn't watch the final game, so I can't comment on the final game.
Yeah, Mexico
I can't
game.
give you a total average because I didn't watch the final game. I can tell you about the game that I watched with it, which is Mexico and Ecuador. All right. Now, in the Mexico game, our first 50 minutes of the game were horrible. Right? We start out slow. We're playing the ball long. We're looking for Michael Antonio and Bowser long up the field. Right? Then the tactical...
The Mexico game? We were playing long ball up the field?
Yeah, man.
The Mexico game for the first 50 minutes?
Yes. This one, Mr. Man is, man.
I'm saying, do you realize that Mexico... Hold on, let me just say this.
Yeah, make a mistake. You know?
No, man, here's what I want you to do. I want you to go... Because remember, Thing Their Sports, AI Sports, they have the stats, like first half and those things. So here's what... No, just follow me. What I want you to do is to... Because here's what I want you to do. One of the things that we did in that game is we played the ball out from the back. Remember how we started that game? We had Latibo there, Deshane Bernard, and Ethan Pinnock. Remember the first chances that Mexico got in the game was because we were playing out from the back. So I don't know, maybe you're clouded by things in the past. But what I will say is that these 3 games, playing the ball long was not the issue in these games. We have a caller though, Unseen. Check the stats though. Guys, welcome to the show. Good afternoon. Yeah.
Hey, gentlemen. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the show, man. Good to have you.
Yeah. How many minutes do I have? I'm not going to take too long, but what minutes I'm working with? 3, 4, 5. Then let me know how to structure my questions.
All right, so I will give you 5 minutes with a bonus too if the questions are good.
All right. I may lose the bonus because it's not everything I'm saying you're going to agree with.
Okay.
Because first of all, let me start with the most controversial. I think Manning's man. I think the way that you explain the breakup, okay, is a little disingenuous, okay. Because I've read the Observer article I saw the day before, and I was wondering why then, okay? And that seemed to be, frankly, more frank and candid than what you have laid out. And in fact, while you are a staff member of the JFF, if I'm not wrong, you're paid somewhat by the JFF, you actually sound very much, probably too much like a paid assassin today in your description. Because essentially what you said, when I summarize it, your reason for the coach departure is that is of culture, okay? You didn't mention anything about the unprofessionalism of the JFF, okay? In that response, okay? And you mentioned also that the coach didn't want to go and the JFF didn't want him to go. That's total rubbish, okay? So I think you were a little bit disingenuous with that, okay?
All right, you want to give me a do I get to respond?
I mean, it's your show. So
all right, so let me respond. All right, so I'm going to respond to the Observer article, and I'm going to tell you unequivocally lies in it. Unequivocally, I can tell you right now, it's an absolute lie, and it is the furthest thing from the truth. So I'm just going to go through it. It says, the relationship between the Jamaica Football Federation and the Reggae Boyz head coach, Emir Hal-Grimson, has deteriorated beyond repair, with both parties said to be frustrated with each other and moving towards an early separation. Right? So it says both parties. Follow, right? Hal-Grimson, who led his homeland Iceland to its first ever FIFA World Cup appearance, 28, was courted by the JFF 2026, which was, right, blah, blah, blah. It has, however, been less than convincing tenure by the 57-year-old, despite his fairly respectable record with the boys, right? They give that. With Jamaica set to face Venezuela in their final COPA, blah, blah, there is a likelihood that this could be the coach final match in charge of the senior team, right? So by this, right, the coach had made his claim. So that is why the Observer got the article. The Observer did not get this before the coach made his decision. So let me give you a context. All right? Let me give you a context. Let me finish.
But what is the lie? You have not pointed
out the lie. I'm going to get to I'm not. I am. No. Here's what.
You're reading back the article to me. Just state the lies.
No, because you see, I didn't interrupt you. I'm going to read the entire. I'm going to get to that. But I am giving you.
No, don't read. Sorry to interrupt. Don't read the entire article.
No, because I have to read it.
5 minutes.
No, man.
Just list the lies. Lie 2, lie 3, lie 4.
Caller, I told you that I will give you your time. I did not interrupt you. You have to give me, because I have other persons on the show that I need them to hear, not just you. I'm responding to you.
I'm because of the 5 minutes.
No, man, don't panic. No, man, that's the least. He says.
All right, cool.
He said, Mr. Speed would not be drawn into a comment, right? As usual, following the completion of Jamaica's involvement, the technical committee will meet. That's what Speed. However, according to multiple well-placed sources, the damage has already been done, and Hal-Grimson and the JFF are heading towards an inevitable divorce 2 years before the expiration of the contract. All right, the JFF top brass, disappointed with the team's result, and Hal-Grimson's game management, has lost confidence in the tactician's ability to lead the team. Of note, the coach who moved to Jamaica after his appointment has already emptied and vacated the house, blah, blah, blah. Hal-Grimson, who is believed to have initiated attempts of getting controversial into the team to end the break Copa America, looking to Bailey. According to our information, this did not sit well with other players. It led to the JFF decision to officially suspend Leon. The sources claim that the coach has also rubbed his employees the wrong way when he sought a commission, which was not speculated. However, the issue is two-sided, and Hal Grimson, who is said to be irritated by several administrative issues, has also fallen out of love with the JFF. So it said administrative issues, right? What the sources spoke about is about 2 million, the Leon Bailey, right? He said he's dissatisfied with the Federation level of support towards securing passport for a number of UK-based players who are looking to represent the nation, such as Arsenal winger Reece Nelson, who subsequent to this put out an article about their name being cited in this article about the Observer. So I am going to read that as well, because they put out something asking for this to be retracted. All right.
So that is the first lie. Then.
So I'm going. So let me just go through for everyone. According to information, both parties are also not seen eye to eye on the direction of the youth program, which Al Grimson and his inclusion of blah blah. Let me get to our next one, right? Because oh geez, the coach is also disappointed. Jeff his expenses are not being covered by whenever he travels to Europe to recruit players for the national team. A JFF insider did, however, contend that reimbursement cannot be made prior to the approval. All right, this is oh geez, I'm trying to find the part because I hope I didn't skip through it. This is why I wanted to read the whole thing. All right, but in the Observer article, where is it? It spoke about the appointment of Freddie Butler. Oh geez, I need to find that. That the coach is disappointment with the appointment. I want to find it, you know. Falling out with the JFF. Hal Grimson. Oh geez. But there is a part of the article from the Observer, the article that speaks to the hiring of Freddie Butler. That is furthest from the truth. It was the coach who asked the JFF to have every camp have players, past players, to come on as ambassadors in the team. Freddie Butler came on, Ricardo Gardner, Ricardo Fuller, in fact, should have been at this one. And every camp, they would keep one and bring in a new one. So that too was the furthest thing from the truth. So I want to put those things out there categorically, that the Reece Nelson thing, and they have come out, that is not the truth. The second thing, the Freddie Butler thing, is not the truth. This was thing where no one has stated anything that the coach has said about the JFF and their administrative issues. No one. So anyone who come out and says the coach said this about the JFF in any article is lying. The article does not say anything like that. It says from sources, and it didn't say the coach said so. So I gave my opinion as to some of the things. I also said to Unseen, it could have been a combination of things, right? You are saying that because the Observer has written it, has not said the court said it, but said their sources, they are accurate. But I understand, because the truth is, it's a newspaper. So a newspaper is going to be accurate for most people, because the newspaper can't be wrong. Your time now, caller.
All right, you're implying that I say every article have a level of error in it. The basic reason, because your source are erroneous, is not perfect. Okay, your source are human beings. Okay, even when you're conveying what seems to be factual from your end, it may be perceived from another perspective in a different way, and it doesn't mean that you are telling a lie, but your perspective may not capture the entire picture. Okay, so what I wanted you to do is to identify the lies that are in it. Are they not so much lie, but things that are not factual? But you've mentioned a few. You've mentioned a few. Yeah. What the article said about Freddie Butler was his hiring, not as an ambassador, but as an assistant
But
coach.
he's not an assistant coach.
Exactly. So you could have, I know that is not the case. You could have pointed out that, but you did not. Okay. But what I am saying, all that you have said is not hitting at the main core. Okay, the main core is that. All right, forget about even what the entire article. Okay, you're saying no. You say you're a Christian, so it's either this person is just sitting at this house and writing an article based on hearsay, or this guy is a prophet. He's prophet in like a Elisha or Elijah, because this guy write an article, and at the same day the coach resigned.
But what
So
I
is
just
it a
give, what
matter
I
of
just
the guy
give,
is
sir.
prophetic?
So I just
Hold on, let me talk
no,
now.
no,
Is
but
that
I
case
just
that the
gave you
guy
the
is
timeline,
prophetic?
but you
Hold on.
ignored. No, but you have to get it. What I'm saying to you, when he
No. The
Oh,
guy,
jeez.
hold on. No.
Yeah.
The time. No, let me speak now.
Yeah, man, go ahead.
The article was written on the same day that the coach stepped down, and you are saying that you.
But the
it's
coach
either
had,
the dog.
but you're not listening to. No,
But
but
you are implying.
no,
You don't know
no,
the coach. Only
but
the coach
sir,
can answer the
sir,
question that
sir,
you're saying.
no, sir. Just let me help. But I'm trying to tell you, when the meeting was held, it's after the meeting when that was said that the article was written. That I just told you that the article was written after the meeting, not before it. When the Observer came public, all of this was already discussed at the camp. That's what I'm trying to tell you. But you're not going to believe me. You're going to believe the newspaper, which is fine to me. But I am telling you.
Hold on. What was discussed at the what are you talking? What meeting was discussed that the coach is going to?
The coach's resignation and discussion with his players and his staff members happened before the Observer published their article.
Okay, so he told the team that he was stepping down. That's what you're saying before the Observer published article.
That's what I'm saying to you.
Therefore, why are you saying that the Observer article then is erroneous? Because therefore, probably one of the sources of the Observer article is somebody who was in that meeting.
Maybe it was, but what? So hold on. So
what you are saying is actually giving more credence to the Observer article.
How can that, sir? How can they?
Because you can't writing a report. You can't write the report before the event happened.
But
that would be erroneous.
Caller,
you write the report after you collect
Caller,
the event.
we're not talking about. So the discussion now. You want to discuss the timing or you want to discuss the content?
I'm trying to get at the reason the coach actually stepped down, because you make it seem like this coach stepped down because of cultural issues, and both the coach and the JFF wanted each other to stay and all of that, and that's total rubbish.
So let me break it down. So listen to me.
And I was trying to be quite polite and give you all the
man, you don't have to be polite.
But you're just hanging yourself, man.
No. So listen,
you're not talking to a dumb person, and most of your audience is not dumb.
So listen,
but you try to get away with stuff because 10% of your audience may not be informed.
I'm
trying to point out that what you're saying is ridiculous.
So here's where I don't want to get to this.
Article.
But you're not listening. But you're not listening. If you give me when you talk, I listen. When I'm talking, you're interrupting me. Listen what I'm saying. The coach gave an interview. The coach stated his reason. The Observer has completely different reason from what the coach stated. I gave my opinion. Unseen gave his opinion. You are saying that my opinion about it is wrong. The coach's press conference where he stated what he said was wrong. The Observer is right, however, in what they stated. Unseen opinion is wrong. Everybody else's opinion is wrong about the reasons. Though I have also said all of these things could be a combination. You insist that the one that is right is the Observer.
I am not saying that.
But what are you saying then? But that's what I am saying to you. I am saying the court gave an interview. Did the court say in his interview that I have a problem with the administration of the JFF? I have a problem with me not getting the money from the JFF. Did the court say that?
All right. You're asking me now, I can talk now because I don't want you to say I'm talking over you again. Am I allowed to talk now?
Go ahead, sir.
Okay. Let me just state something. When a reporter writes an article, okay, the reporter is not there. The reporter is not in the meeting. The reporter rely on informants. Okay, let me not say informants because that more going to the police, okay. But they rely on essentially hearsay. Okay? So your sources can be reliable, it may not be reliable. As I mentioned before, it could be just one person perspective. And those people who are giving you the information, they are also tainted because some of these people are pushing their own agenda. Okay? And a good journalist will take all the different sides, all different perspectives, and try to weed through it. Okay? So the article that was presented actually seemed quite balanced in terms of the pros and the cons from both sides. Okay,
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
No, I'm not saying no article that is published is ever 100% factual. Okay, because even that you can argue. What is facts if two different persons are conveying the same thing and they're looking at it from two different perspectives? Okay. That's all I'm saying.
So
no,
why
you don't expect? You're asking me. Let me answer your question.
Yes.
You asked me, did the court say X? Did the court say Y? Did the court say Z? No, the court did not say that, and the court would not say that. Why would the court say it's in interest?
Okay.
No. This coach is not in his interest. The coach is a very rational person, and he's not going to try to take decision too much about emotional stuff. I see the sort of disposition that the coach displays in all his interviews. Okay, and it would not be in his best interest to burn any bridge. Okay, the coach may not say that, and that is just big man game.
So what I'm saying. So then, all right.
The JFF do it all the time. You in the JFF, you should know that. I mean, the president
I am
may
at
not say
home.
something, but they leak the information and somebody else say it, and then they come and say, "Oh, I did not say that." These things happen on both sides.
So listen.
Okay?
So what? That's
It's
but
not black and white. And it's a
why?
let me talk. Let me finish my point. It's not black and white, and it's a combination of issues. These are human beings interacting. It's complex issues.
Here's what you're doing.
For you to make
No.
inaccurate statement about both parties didn't want to leave, and it's just culture.
No. Caller. Let me help you. So you come on the program, and you are saying that the observer.
I have my sources. You don't know who I am. I have my sources.
Maybe you're thinking that I don't know who you are. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you think I don't know who you are. But let's leave that. So maybe you don't know. I know who you are. But listen to me now. In the same way, you can defend the article from a particular place, right? In the same way, you can say they have their sources. In the same way, here's what I'm going to say to you. In the same way, I have a view from a perspective of the coach, that I can tell you that the coach in all his interviews has called out the GFF when he has needed to, publicly. He has called out surfaces in Jamaica, publicly.
I've seen
hold on. Let me finish now. So let me finish. So for you to come and say that the stories in the article can be true and they may not be, but the coach in leaving, deciding to part, when he was planning on staying, he was making pronouncements about issues with the federation that he has said publicly. The administration, he has said publicly. He said amateuristic behaviors. On the occasion when he says, according to your article that is accurate, it is my frustration. He opts on this one occasion to say that the conversation we had about the parting was Christian-like. On this occasion, he chose not to do any of this, though it wasn't a TV interview that he was doing. To me, I have more confidence in what the court said and what I saw than what is in the article. Let me say this to you. At no point on my program did I say that everything between the JFF and the coach and the team and everything was okay. I started to go and listen, that there's a lot to be improved, that the coach has made many changes that the next person coming can build on. I spoke about where we were and where we are. It would be nonsensical and foolhardy to believe that there was absolutely no issues between the JFF and the coach. And I never said that at any point. At no point. I get a fresh guy asked a question and I gave him part of my reason. And I gave those reasons based on my relationship, not with the JFF. Because many of you talk about management and JFF, but none of you talk about my relationship with the coach. I gave it from my perspective. Now, it's up to you to interpret, to extrapolate from that what you want. At no point did I say the information that they presented could not be so.
Okay, so
go
in
ahead.
other words, what you're saying, the information that they presented could be so then. But you did not say it could not be so. So it could be so then.
Right, because I wasn't responding to that. Remember
So
my show. My show was not in response to the Observer.
No, we are not disagreeing then. We're not disagreeing. And actually, I call you because you're the thing that sort of the reason I call you is that you're making it seem like it's like you're pushing some big issue under the rug, and then you're highlighting some stuff that everybody have some cultural adjustment. Yeah, I'm not living in the Jamaica right now. I'm a Jamaican not living in Jamaica, and everybody have their cultural adjustment.
You think management don't know who you are.
You make it seem like that was the main thing that the coach could not deal with these aggressive Jamaicans, because even the UK players there. Anyway. Moving on.
Yeah,
the next point I have management, okay? And I'm glad that I'm actually appreciating the way that you're angling it, because we can disagree and all of that, but I appreciate the way that you're angling.
No, man, no. Listen. One of the things I've learned. Let me tell you this.
Jamaicans, we can deal with this level of aggression and in good try.
So let me just say it again. Let me say this again. My show today was about management answered 10 questions. I responded to a question concerning why. I gave my reason. Now the Observer, there are many other people have other unseen have a completely different reason, you know. As to why the coach left. Right?
You see, management, I have written articles before, in the sense that
you think I don't know who you are.
I have put articles out there to be
in the
written
Observer
and tell the journalists what to include.
The
journalists
especially in the Observer.
People, and they come back with different stuff, and you have actually, depending on your relationship with the journalist, you can actually decide what they print and what they don't print. Okay? So I am just saying that the no article, and I don't talk about truth, because that's a whole different.
That's what I'm saying. But what I'm saying, I'm surprised. I'm surprised that in reading the article, you did not, as a person who does article, you didn't realize that to protect the source that Andre Lowe got the information from, things were put in there that to lead the people down a road that were not, especially Freddie Butler thing. So I want to because you understand the nature of articles. In the same
this is what. All right, let me tell you my first impression. I'll tell you my first impression. I won't tell you my second and third impression, but my first impression after reading the article is to and the timing of the article. And especially what transpired after the article, because the coach resigned on the same day or stepped down on the same day, is that I think there was a leak from the JFF. Okay? I think it was the JFF trying to push the coach out.
So here's what happened. So now we are getting two things happening.
You see, when you have a 4-year contract with a coach, okay, and you don't have enough money, I don't want to pay them for the entire thing.
No.
You try to force them to step down, because if they force them to step down and not fire them, it's a different negotiation thing.
So let me help you. Let me just help you. Let me help you.
Okay? So I think this actually a leak from the JFF.
Let me help you. Let me help you.
I can't conclusively say that.
No.
I won't conclusively say that right now, but the evidence that I have is more pointing towards the JFF putting out that article than from the coach's perspective.
So let me say this.
An unbiased perspective.
Let me say this to you. Let me say this to you, Carla. The coach is smart. He's a dentist, well studied. All right. So let me say this to you. When the meeting was held, it was felt like it was going to be in the public. So, you understand me? Listen. So let's do it. Talk about it, because if it is delayed for a second, it could get out. All right. So watch this. In less than, say, 12 hours, the article was out. However, the writer of the article, having received information, I believe would have spoken to, like I said, other parties or someone from the JFF who added to the rest of the story that he had to create the article. So how the article is framed, you cannot conclusively say any one side did anything, because the writer of the article, having received information, got information from the other side. So I don't know who we got information first from, but wherever I got it first, in due diligence, he called one of his sources from the other side to say, listen, what really happened? And depending on who he got it from first, they gave him a perspective that created the article. So when I read the article, I kind of said, okay, somebody shared something that made the writer got some other information just to make sure that both sides said something without incriminating or exposing his sources. That's how I read the article. Because some of the things were, it never, like, it being in there, like the Freddie Butler thing being in there, for example, it didn't add to the article. It was just there, like, either to send people on a wild goose chase or to throw them off from the real issue.
The most impactful, noteworthy articles are actually involve sources that you can't make public. Okay? Yeah, because even the coach, you're saying that the coach never said this, and there's some stuff that the coach will never say. And that's just professionalism. He's a very professional.
But you can you give me the benefit? Also, give me that benefit too.
How is that in his best interest? He speak publicly about stuff that he was trying to pressure the JFF to remedy. But how is that in his best interest to go and burn the bridge and talk bad about? You don't do that at that level. You don't do that. Okay, and it's not in his best interest either. Because although he has his dental practice, he may want to coach another team.
Yeah, but
you don't do that.
Yeah, but he also expect me to be unprofessional. Because if you're saying that, I should talk about other stuff outside of what I've shared in terms of my opinion. Is really exposing me to a lesser standard that you have set for the coach. Because you're saying that you don't expect the coach to say certain things.
No, but I am saying to you, okay, what you are saying sound a bit and I don't know sound a bit, I think it is disingenuous, okay? Because you are making it seem like the substantive reasons for the breaking apart, okay, is cultural, okay? When they are just, it may be a factor, but very a minor thing. So that is what it's pretty much like misleading information. As
but I said it is my remember. But what I'm saying, what I'm saying is that it is,
and that's what journalism do. Journalists do at times.
No, but I am saying, I am giving
to keep you honest.
Yeah, what I'm saying is that
the other thing that I wanted to go quickly. I'll just quickly point out and leave is that one, nowhere in this thing that we are looking at other coaches now. Okay, and your list. You mentioned some people who are like way out of our league. We won't get them. Okay? The former coach of Chelsea, Thierry Henry, and then you mentioned one person, Miguel Cooley, that we may get. It's like again.
I didn't say we may get anybody. They just ask.
Okay? Hold on. It's like you're kind of shepherded in the sheep. Because it's like, I
jeez.
do that to my kids too.
No, you know,
that they can. They
you know,
won't
you
get
know,
it.
you know what
Something that I
happened?
can afford and say, okay?
No,
No,
caller, you're being unfair to me, no, caller.
You may be, oh, let me finish. You may be doing that inadvertently, but I'm just saying, be careful of how you express this. You did say it's your opinion, but I'm just saying, be careful of how you express this, because since you are working with the JFF, it may seem to people that you're kind of shepherding them in a particular direction.
Carla,
That's all I'm saying.
you know what,
I'm
Carla?
not blaming
No, no, Carla. The people, you know that all the names that I called were names in the comment section. Paul Hall, let me give you the name. Paul Hall, Robin Fraser, Henry, Mourinho, I mentioned, Pochettino, I mentioned. Miguel Cole name was in there.
Okay.
The people typed those names in there. Rene Simoes' name, I said, because someone said to me, maybe we should go back for Rene Simoes. And I said that. At no point did I come up and say, these are the names. It was persons in the thing. I went as far as saying that I can't answer question about coaches because that is not my... People mention Speed. I mentioned even Speed name. So yeah, go ahead.
Management. Oh, sorry. Management, don't you know some of these people in the comments personally?
Yeah, like Fresh God was...
So couldn't you, I mean, I'm not saying that you have done it, but couldn't you have put people in the comment to put these names? So the fact that they're in the comments or not, it doesn't make a difference to me. And,
when I say no, them, no. All right, so no, sir. So let me say this, right? let me say this. I don't even know this. So when I say
I'm not blaming you.
No, man, fine. Listen, you can believe. No, man. So you can believe that. When I say I know the people, I know Fresh God. He's a moderator on my program. We have never met face. We have never met face to face. IT Push is a former Jamaica college student. I met him when I went to Trinidad because he lives in Trinidad. It's not like we are friends or brethren except on the channel. He wants Miguel Cole. So I don't understand. So when I say I know the people, it's not like these are people that I interact with. I don't. We don't. It's just persons who, and in fact, most of them suggesting the name don't even live in Jamaica. They're overseas and live in different states from where I'm at. So when I say I know them, it's not like we are related. It's through this. So there's nobody, and they can tell you. So the persons who are suggesting the name, just be clear. I would love for you to categorically state that I did not plug you into the comment section to put in a coach name in there.
No, management, you're missing it. I am not blaming you for doing it. I'm just saying that you must be mindful that it may be misconstrued.
But what you're saying that
you're not think that you are doing
what you just said is
be aware of.
But what you're saying, though, you're not blaming me for doing it, which is suggesting I did it, but you're not blaming me. That's what you're saying.
No, I'm not suggesting that. No, all right. It's not just It's not just doing what is right. The perception of doing what is right is also important. So I'm saying to you to be mindful of the perception. Yeah, so you can be doing something right, but it doesn't come across.
But I am saying that for me,
mindful of the perception.
Remember,
solution for you to be mindful of management. So management is not something for us to debate.
No, man, I'm not debating.
I'm not mindful of that. Because you're saying these people in the comments you don't know, but anybody, I have 3, 4, 5 different stuff. Unless I could insert something right now in the comments. So I mean, it's not like people are. It's not even like
listen,
your blue.
We are not debating. We are not debating. We are not debating.
Yeah,
but Damien, I don't know.
People could be anybody.
Yeah, man, like Damien, exactly. It could be Miguel Cole.
So what? No, my point is
it could be Miguel Cole. Okay. It could be Miguel Cole.
Don't. All right. My point is, the bigger point is, don't say that. These are just coming from the comments. It's not coming from you, because where are the comments coming from? They could be coming from anywhere. Okay. So I'm saying take responsibility for what you mentioned on your show, and I'm saying this may seem that you're leading the sheep in a particular part. That's all I'm saying.
What you're saying?
And you're justifying your action by saying, no, these are those coming from the show. But I'm saying these people, they are not authenticated. Nobody knows most of
who they are. No, man. Yeah. You know what?
Don't justify your action by claiming that these are coming from comment. I am still saying to you, be mindful of that. I'm not even saying for you to stop it because this is something that we need to discuss. I'm just saying
no
be
man,
mindful of that.
Carla, I am listen. I am not disagreeing with you, but you also have to let me help you. I don't see these people on my. In fact, I believe that my channel is one of the channels that I get challenged. So like Damian Hines, I don't know him. Maybe he knows me. Maybe I know him and I don't know that I know him. But he has he long ago put up some Allardyce. He had John Henderson, people at Job. There are so many names because the thing was the next coach. So people were just putting up names. While I understand, because it's almost 60 names that were named, in total, throughout. So while I understand what you're saying, that when you have these discussions, it could make people believe that one of these persons are, and we must be guided by that. I totally agree with that. But because it's a platform like this, right, if I ask a question, I must take the comments from the people, as long as they are respectful. While I don't know, and you're absolutely right, because somebody said, for example, Coach Da Costa, I wasn't sure who they were speaking to. They tell me that he's the person who is normally on Ryan LFC, right? And next person said that I'm pretending like I don't know, but I just did not know. So I stand to be criticized for some of these things, because if you don't put it up, a person is saying that, why you don't put up my comment? Like Fresh God was saying, why you're not answering me? Why you're not answering me? So I also have to show a level of respect. In the same way I accept your call, I take the challenging issues. I have to take some of the controversial names from the people, but I do understand your concern that, people are easily led, right? So if they hear a name over a particular amount of time, they may believe that this is the person. One thing I did say, I said that Mr. Speed is not looking to coach a team because they mentioned his name. And they mentioned Tapper, and I said, no way, Tapper already has a job. Those two things, I know that I have said. But I don't think like the people in the comment section really care much of Clarence Seedorf's name were mentioned. You remember that? I don't think the people in the comment section care one bit about Manningsman. Them just want them opinion. And I think today we have the ones who are the least controversial, because the controversial ones are not in the comment section today because other names would come up.
All right, thank you, man.
Yeah,
I
man.
get way over my time. I appreciate the vibrant discussion.
Yeah, man.
You have a great day, and I really appreciate dialogue like this.
Yeah, man. Same to you, sir. You think I don't know, sometimes that is the problem, we don't know. Big up yourself. All
right, man.
Yeah.
Take care.
Yeah. All right, there you go, people. So please, people, remember, unseen.
Why? I'll not get to beat up on my point, Go for it starts them enough.
Yeah, go for the stats. Oh, Jason, go
have them now, man.
Why? Big up
man.
Coach Meek and Mild beside you.
Oh, Coach Meeks in there for beat it, man. Left,
Them
right, and center.
Yeah. Go ahead, unseen. Beat me.
All right. So the Mexico game, right? We make 58 at long ball attempts, and only 20 were accurate. So that's a 38% long ball passing accuracy, right? And these
and what game?
In the Mexico game.
58.
58.
All right.
Let me break it down. Pinnock.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So Pinnock made 13. 5 was accurate. Bernard made 7. 3 was accurate. Latibodier made 4. 2 was accurate. Greg Lee made 7. None was accurate. Dexter made 4. None was accurate. Bobby Ray made 3. 1 was accurate. All right. Casey Palmer made 3. 1 was accurate. Shamar Nicholson made 1, and 1 was accurate. Right? Yeah, listen.
Unseen, you're gonna lose the argument here now. As a coach, may I just tell you?
Why am I gonna lose the argument?
Let me tell you why you're gonna lose the argument.
All right, continue.
All right, let me help you. All right. So in football, and you know this, when you're calculating the long pass like that,
it's not long pass,
What are you talking about?
It's long ball, not long pass.
So what? All right. So do you have a stats that is separate on that for long pass?
There's no long pass on anything.
Okay.
Anyone that is long ball.
So here's why you're gonna have an issue with how you're discussing it. When Gregory Lee makes a long pass, Is it that he went down the flank and tried to square it into the box and the other team made it or cross it into the box? What is that long pass considered? When you said Bobby Reed,
whether it's on the ground or it's in the air.
No, man, I'm not talking, Lord of mercy. I'm not talking on the ground or in the air. When you are talking about long pass, are you talking about the long ball? Are you talking about balls from the defense to the forwards? Are you talking about diagonals that people are playing a ball from one side of the field to the other? How many of those passes are like that? You cannot look at the stats like that unseen. You cannot.
No, but why we can't look at it? It's
because
there.
when you are originally, here's why. Let me. I'm going to say this and let you finish. When you are discussing long ball, you are talking about the players not building from the back. And I was saying to you, in this tournament, is the most. Go ahead.
You know, say always I try to use technicality to win the thing, and it's obvious. This is the reason why Jamaica can improve. You know.
Go ahead. Wow, technicality. Go ahead. Make your point now. Let me listen to you.
This is the reason, you know, because it's factual. It's there. All right, let me take out the other person. Let's look at the backline players, the long balls that they made. Then, right? You listening?
Yeah, man. May I listen to you?
Bernard, 7-3 accurate, right? Joel, 4-2 accurate. Pinnock, 13 5 accurate, right? Greg Lee, 7-0 accurate. Dexter, 4-0 accurate. We're not going to further.
So what I'm saying to you unseen, all I'm saying to you, so what are those considered? You cannot use that alone.
So it's based. It can be balls playing from wide area.
Let me help you now. Do you? So here's what I'm. Remember, my argument with you is this. My argument with you. Just listen to my argument. This game, Jamaica, this tournament, Jamaica built out more from the back in competitive game than any other time that we have played. This is the time when we built out from the back the most. Right throughout the Mexico game, except when we were trying to chase the game, Jamaica was building out from the back. Meaning the goalkeeper spot the ball, play to either Hector or to Pinnock and all of those things. They dribble into the space, they feed it out to the flank. If they are pressured, yes, they would have played the ball upfield. Yes, they would have lost some of those balls, but they were building from the back. The other thing is that some of those long ball that you're talking are when you're under pressure, for example, and you clear the ball upfield because you're under pressure. It is considered a long ball. But Jason Guna gave the stats. Let me just finish now. We are on it. Let me finish. Jason Guna gave the stats. And here's the thing, unseen. Jason Guna gave the stats that in this tournament, when you go back to the team on the topper, this team had, in this tournament, had way less passes that are you consider long ball than any other time.
That is not my argument.
So what is your argument?
I'm not comparing thing with no Tapa. You know. Tapa is out of the picture right now. I am talking about what Jamaica do under Al Grimson, right? Context matters.
All right, so go ahead. Under Al Grimson, yes, I thought, yeah.
Under Al Grimson, right? The other game we played against Ecuador, it dropped 44-17, right? 44 long balls, 17. Cool? It dropped. I will try to play the ball a little better more and try to move the ball through the different lines, right? Now, there's a lot more things. Next problem I have is Bobby Reed. Why?
No, so listen. I'm not going to get in. I'm not going to get in any individual player. Hold on now. Let me deal with this. Passing team. Again, you're saying that you're focusing on Hal Grimson's time. If you go back to last year Gold Cup, when we were averaging 80 and 70 passes, the team came down to 44 according to you. Because the team was playing the ball out of the back way more. That is the point I'm making to you. So I am saying to you, the amount of passes that would be considered long in the normal procedure of the game, when you're under no pressure, you're not trying to clear the ball, reduce significantly. So I don't understand. Hold on there. T-Gat. I didn't remember that T-Gat was here. T-Gat, when you already can say something.
All right, let me pick up now. You're messing up now because...
Right, it has reduced considerably unseen. We
I am
soon get,
going to
I don't
say
want to get
something.
into individual players, but I can let you make your point unseen. Go ahead, T.
Can I say something? Yeah, because what Anthony has said is very much irrelevant. My question to you, man. The coach has
What you say,
resigned.
Tigat?
Anthony, remember that? The coach has
You say something that may
resigned.
I ask you.
Hold on, he says what you said is very irrelevant, unseen. That is what he said. Go ahead, Tika.
Okay.
The coach has resigned. Now, what about his team? Also, they resigned. They left the job.
So the not that I am aware of at this point.
So John Wall.
So his
Okay,
team, no man. I mean, I said John Wall has other responsibilities within the JFF, so I think his thing would be separate. I know the goalkeeper coach is. I mean, he came with the coach, so I suspect that if the coach is back to Iceland, it's almost pointless for Goodmunder to stay. Like because
Why? Right. All right. The JFF already come out and say the coach has been resigned. So why they didn't make announcement about his team?
But because they have not, the team has not resigned.
Right. So they need to come out and say the team is still on. You understand? Or
No, why would they come out? Because okay.
Anything. Anything that is the coach resigned. They should have come out now. Them come out and say the coach resigned. They should have talked about the team also. Is the team still
and say that all other members of the staff remain?
No, the staff remain and stuff like that. We need to know what's going on.
Don't you think it would be good for them to have like their technical meeting and decide if they're going to keep the rest of the team?
That should have but management. That should have done. That should have done already because they know that
the coach says that this is just him alone. Didn't he say that as well?
Yeah. No, I'm not about the coach, but about why JFF don't come out and tell us what happened to his team. What is going to happen to his team? If they're going to keep him now or they're going to fire them.
Yeah, but that happened. That happened on the first. So maybe they are going to do that. T-Got. This is Monday morning.
Okay, this is not Monday morning. This is we are Wednesday now. Tuesday.
Okay.
And they have come out already and adjust the coach. The coach is still. They should have come out and say, well,
because the coach went public. But go ahead still.
Okay, but
I don't understand. But I hear you. But Unseen, back to you now. T-Got said that what you were saying was irrelevant. So hold on, T-Got. Yes, Unseen.
So I didn't beat T-Got when they come to the conference, you know. Way much irrelevant. Just
go and talk about your stats.
You can avoid calling names Unseen and speak about the football, or you have to call name to make your point.
What do you mean call names?
You're calling players' name. So can you make
I was breaking it down.
Listen what I'm asking. No, man. Then you went on and then you begin as you began your statement by saying and Bobby Reed, and I told you to, right? So listen what I'm saying. No? Just listen what I'm saying. I'm simply asking you, can you make the point without calling any player's name? Or for you to make your points about coaching, you have to call players' name. That is a question. It's either yes or no. When I get agitated over one little question, a yes or no, brother?
No, because some question can't just say yes and you can't say no. You have to explain.
So explain to me what me just ask you, because that me ask you. Explain.
All right. This is what I'm going to say. The point, the other point I'm going to go on now is...
When you get to the point, just answer the question that I'm asking you. The question I'm asking is for you to make... Listen, so... That is all you have to say. So for you to make your point about the coaching of the team, you have to call Bobby Reed name. Because we're talking about the coaching of the team.
Right.
So for you, all right, make your point.
All right. So the next next tactical disaster I saw in the game was...
Which game you're talking?
In the Mexico game. Right? Where the coach played Bobby Reed as a defensive midfielder. Right? One of his best attacking players with 33 games, 6 goals, 3 assists. Right? More impressive than Leon Bailey, more impressive than Antonio. And the playing is like you mash up on your hand and have one and I use.
But unseen, did you watch the coach post match interview?
Explain to me. Tell me about
No,
it.
no,
I never watch it. I never watch it. I never
just
watch
say
it.
that, no man.
No,
Like,
I never watch it. So you tell
why
me.
everything I turn argument on you? Me just say no, you don't watch it, no man. All right, so you never watch it. The coach in his post match said that Damian Lowe would have started. He had an emergency, so he had to leave. So he made the adjustment.
So why Carrie Anderson couldn't go out there, man? Is one.
So your choice would have been you'd have played Carrie Anderson. So say that.
For me, I think him do that to facilitate a particular player.
That's what you want to be. You can go into question the motive. I am not in his mind. So fine. If you question his motive, I won't.
Yo, I tell you, tactical disaster. Tell you.
So the coach came out and said Damian Lowe should have started. Damian Lowe had a family emergency. He had to leave. So he made the adjustment and started Bobby Reed. You're saying that instead of Bobby Reed, he should have started Keroy Anderson. Fine.
And Casey Palmer should come off at the bench. Bobby Reed should start playing going forward. Give us more option from scoring.
Given what you saw in the Dominica game, coming into this game, you would have benched Casey Palmer.
Of course, Casey Palmer is average.
That's your opinion. Yeah, what I mean. You see why I don't have the discussion here with you? You see why I don't have the discussion? Because you don't talk about football now. You can talk about the man being. I don't want to have the discussion there with your boss. If you're going to be on the platform.
I understand. So you're not the person we have the discussion.
Yeah, so when you're going to start call people average and all of them, I'm not going to have the discussion there with you. You are talking about football.
But it's the football I'm talking about, based on his performance, he's average. The numbers speaks.
So here's what I'm saying to you. Based on what you saw in the Dominica game that we played from KC Palmer, because that is the game he played before, and based on what you saw when Kira Anderson come off, your choice would be to have benched KC Palmer and started Kira Anderson because he's a better player than KC Palmer.
What I will say is that I will play Anderson because he's a better tackler, right? A better tackler and a better passer than KC Palmer in that defensive midfield role.
Okay.
KC Palmer, based on what I've heard, is a number 10. And he's playing in the wrong position. And Unseen Sports should not have, unfairly judge him because he's playing out of wrong position. That's what I got attacked on one of my show about. So I said, okay. So my question now.
So based on the fact, because the Jamaica team, so basically, KC Palmer probably needs to be taken out of the team because he's average. Any more average players in the team?
We're not going to. You say no one going to this.
No, but you want because you get into that. All right, so no. Let's have a football
keep it professional.
So I'm very professional. I'm very calm, very composed. Here's what I'm asking you: How many above average players are? Give me the names of the above average players Jamaica have in the team right now. Above average. Because that's easier. From the positive, who are the players who you'd say they are above average?
All right, so when I say Pinnock is above average.
Yeah.
Bernard is above average.
But you just gave me stats on Bernard that would make him very average based on his passing. But go ahead.
No, passing alone is not. It's not. Passing alone is not. Because one more get to the man is man with the long ball, where I've seen Jamaica on the agreement, man is man. I'm not gonna be biased, Try to play the ball and move the ball and but what I've seen in games that agreements do is to sometimes tend to use the long ball tactics to try and get something out of the game, and is wrong in some of the games with this approach. That's what I'm getting to. I am not saying that agreements don't try to get the boys to play the ball and build up from the back, right? You following me?
Yeah. No,
I am saying in some games, his approach and his tactical approach is wrong. And the players that he starts in different positions is wrong. That's what I'm saying.
And I'm saying that's fine. That is your opinion. I'm not disagreeing with you.
Opinion.
So
right?
but I'm not disagreeing with your opinion.
And it shows in terms of the stats that he was wrong.
So what is this in terms of what? So how what I don't like I'm trying to and this is not I'm just having a discussion with you about it because I don't want this is not about the coach, referendum on the coach. But Ansi, if you just said the best group according to going into the COPA, you know which team was supposed to come out of this group? You know which team just let's have a right? Which team was supposed to come out of the group on top of the group from the COPA build-up and thing? Which team is the highest rank in the group?
I think it's Ecuador.
Ecuador. So Ecuador was supposed to advance out of the group. All right. So let's talk about that. Mexico are ranked above us. I think
these are on papers, right?
Yeah, man. But they just use the paper. Okay. Mexico and Ecuador, the team supposed to come out of the group. The first game against Mexico, this is my opinion, different from yours. All right. I don't think, based on how we're set up, Mexico scored a brilliant goal. Mexico got around what I would call, because Jamali never made many saves except in the first half in the Mexico game. Go back and watch it. I would suggest to you. This is my assessment. We scored a goal that if it were the Premier League lines, maybe Antonio would not have been given offside and we could have gotten a point. The second game we played against Ecuador, while I don't believe in stats, the stats say that we had more possession than them. While I don't go by stats alone, because I think
that's a better one.
While I believe the first half, they were ahead of us. The second half, we were the much better team, right? We went into the halftime just on the stroke.
Which game? The Ecuador game?
Ecuador game. On the stroke
we were the better team in the first half? You
see, you're not listening, man, because you're not listening.
No, I'm listening.
You speak.
We can write down what
you speak. You speak, and I listen. Go ahead.
No, man, continue, man. I just want to
get the first half
right.
of the game against Ecuador, they had the better of the game. The goal that they scored was, I think it was very unfortunate, their second goal, because Greg Lee, the ball hit on his shoulder, and they gave a penalty. They did not appeal for it. VAR gave the penalty. There were 2 up. All right? I think Damian Lowe came out of that game at halftime, if memory serves me right. Right? At halftime. We came back out in the second half. All right? In the second half of the Ecuador game, we started off that second half very well. Right? We scored a goal from a corner kick, right? Because we were at this point, we were on top of them in terms of the play, all right? Then we got a penalty. We should have, right? The VAR official said to the referee, penalty on several occasions. Go and listen to audio. For whatever reason, he didn't get the penalty, and we ended up conceding a third goal. The game ended 3-1. All right. Now, most people would say that if Ecuador got a penalty, Jamaica should have gotten a penalty. When I look at those games unseen, I am saying to you, from where the team is coming from in terms of the amount of long passes according to you and long ball, that game in particular and the Mexico game, I cannot say it was like, oh, terrible. Nonetheless, let me say this. The team, to me, underperformed. And if someone said, like, boy, the coach must take responsibility, of course, I will also say that the players must take responsibility as well. So I am not saying that the coach is perfect in his execution. I am saying that there are other decisions that probably the coach had made. I've heard people question his changes. Fine. Nothing is wrong with that, because in retrospect, many of us can say, start this player. Because I remember being on my program, for example, and people said that KC Palmer is the 8 that we need. Now I hear people saying that, no, not KC Palmer. So every time a player comes in and does bad, we say no. Let's throw him away and get a next one. Same Bobby Reid. People are saying that after the World Cup campaign last time, let's throw Bobby Reid away. We have this thing where we always looking for the next player. As soon as a player has a bad patch, like them, people are saying that Demarai Gray should never play back for Jamaica. So we have this thing like people say Leon Bailey. Like if players don't do well, the next thing is like never play back for Jamaica. Why do we? The only thing I'm asking, why are we so drastic? Because in the same way fans get it wrong, there are times when players get it wrong. Coaches get it wrong as well.
Manisman, can I say something about that?
Go ahead, sir.
All right. So remember, most people looking out at different lenses, and based on the knowledge that people have in terms of football, fans will look at it different. Analysts will look at it different, and coaches going to look at it different.
Mm-hmm.
Right? The fans look at it, you're not play good, you're not score, you're not good. Analysts look at data, coaches look at data, and also look at training, and sometimes coaches look at gut feelings, sometimes, and who they trust. Because I heard Algrims talk about trust, trust and reasoning with a particular person who part of the coaching staff. When he had Latibodier in the midfield, he said to me that the coach trusts Latibodier. That is the reason why he was in there. So those are the factors that the different persons look at through different lenses. They have different things that they look at when they're selecting a player, right?
Unseen, you have to also understand that. So you get it wrong. So in the same way, I think that the coach's assessment can be. Yeah, hold on, Unseen. We have a caller. Jason, welcome to the show. Hello. Okay, go on. What I'm saying, Unseen, in the same way, you can look back and say, if the coach had started this person, it would have been a different outcome. Do you know that the coach could have started the person and the outcome doesn't change or even worse?
Of course, it can, but data shows you, data can be wrong, but data is a guide that helps you to follow on the right pathway. The percentage of you to go on the wrong side is less than if you do the opposite. You understand what I mean, man?
So you believe that putting Kirai in the Mexico game would have been a better decision?
Right. Rather than playing.
That's what you believe?
Yes, that's what I believe.
And that is based on what?
Based on this, Bobby Reid lost the ball 21.
But what I'm saying, Unseen, you're based on it after the game. You have to base. Give me. Unseen, listen what I'm saying. Listen, Unseen, listen what I am saying. You cannot tell me what changes you have made based on how the player played in the game. You have to tell me based on what led up to the game, because you are going to start the play of our next player. So come into the game, give me the reason why you have started the player. Don't now look at how the man never play good and say, all right, based on the fact that this man never play good, this is the player that should have started.
Right.
No, tell me leading up to the game, what evidence was here to replace one player with the other? But I want you to think about that. Use your pencil, write down the information. Use the pencil, write down. One on the man, use the pencil, write down the information, because we have Peter on the line and I don't want you to forget it. And take off your shades and stop look like Jerome Waite on the thing. I mean, if you see your eyes then, you see if you're serious. Go ahead, Carla.
Yeah, man. Greetings, greetings, Unseen. Unseen, can you hear me?
Yeah, man, he's hearing
you. Yeah, Unseen. You sound like a repeated record, because I've been hearing you talk about long ball for the longest with this coach. Now, remember when Jamaica played Trinidad in the friendly game? Richard King and COPA played in the back. Remember that game? Remember the game, Auntie? In Jamaica at the stadium?
Yes.
You remember the coach in the post-match analysis? You remember how upset he was? That he didn't show upset, but he said that he did not like how we were playing too long all the time. And he said something to the fact that we need to be more brave to hold on to the ball. You remember that? Or you don't remember that?
I remember.
Yeah. So I won't come back to that point. Remember when you lost, but I won't segue. I went divert a little bit to you personally, and it's not a personal attack against you. I'm trying to make a
Come on,
point.
speak
Just
your
follow,
mind, man.
just,
Speak your mind.
yeah, just
Ansi
follow.
Sports can't take anything, man. I'm a champion coach. Continue.
All right. Remember when you lost 7-0? Remember when you lost 7-0? When you have a little team and they lost 7-0, remember that?
Yeah, man, continue.
How old were those players?
Young, they're young. 16,
Okay.
17, 18.
Remember what you said? When somebody on one of these platforms asks you the question about how come you lose 7-0, you remember your response?
Yeah, but what the point though? You can't compare this
No,
with.
you remember your response.
So
You remember your response. No, I'm coming. That's what I told you. I said I'm going to use this to try and make my point. You remember your response, or you don't?
I remember my response.
All right.
You can say. Maybe I'm not accurate as you. So.
When you made your response, the person responded by saying, "How come you're gonna blame the little kids?" So here's my point. Now you won a game with some little kids, and I heard you taking a lot of credit. Didn't you take a lot of credit today about the kids that won today?
Just kids that won today.
But when you lost 7-0, you didn't take any credit. My point is unseen.
I mean, understand what you mean. Like, yeah, make up something.
Follow me, man. You put the onus on some little kids when you lose 7-0, and when you won.
No. You must tell the people what I said before you say me the rat.
You said everything but
say no, man. See what me say, man.
I don't remember exactly what you said, but
so, you have to come up with something you don't remember what me say. You know,
in a nutshell, you blame the kids. No, in a nutshell, you blame the kids. I don't remember your exact
No,
word.
man, no, you can't put no nutshell right as a Bridget. No man now sell
no
peanut.
Bridget, you say the kids they never follow instructions, something to that effect. That's what you said. I'm not going to say your words.
You just say you don't know. You just say you don't know what me say. So now you know.
I listen to you, and I listen to all the platforms, and I listen to the coach when him talk. And when I listen to the coach when him talk, the coach said a lot in very few words. And he did not like the long ball in the Trinidad game. And I've heard him repeat that again.
So if me say,
no.
So if me say, the players them supposed to take a little blame because them not come prepared in certain things with socks and so on, right? What is wrong with that?
No, we're not talking about the socks. We weren't talking about the socks.
That's what I said.
Come on, man. No, sir. That's not what you said. You blame the children. You did not take any.
So I blame the children. I blame the children by saying what? By saying what?
You didn't take.
Yeah, all right, Ansi, we need to. All right, let me just move past this, Peter. Let me just say. So let me say, Ansi, when they had lost, Charlie, they had lost the game. You really, basically, what they came out and said, Ansi, is that the youth them never take instruction from you, and you're basically saying that them young and you came up with that, and I was saying to you that you're throwing the kids under the bus. You and I had the conversation, but we can move. We need to get to the point.
Exactly. So,
you remember that? You remember Ansi because it was on my program. But
you said that I was trying. I felt I did not throw them under the bus. We can move on now.
Okay, okay, all right, boss.
All right.
Because sometimes
it's all right. Yeah, it was my bad.
I use that to make a point. Don't you see? You get very into your feelings, brother. That's what I'm telling you. Don't take it personal,
No, man. A reason, you say something that me say me don't feel that way. Oh, we can't have feelings now.
Is that follow me real good, right?
Now try.
How many times have you heard Al Grimson lament about the long balls? Tell me, how many times? Have you ever heard that?
Anthony, you look like everybody God, It's me and you. Let's.
But come on, man. Look, Peter talk and I make up story. You understand?
I will mute the mic. I'm on his man. You mute mic. All right.
Tiga, hold on.
Watch the first game. All right, Ansi. I'll read some stats still. Mexico versus Jamaica. The recent concluded. 38% possession. Ecuador versus the Ecuador game. 56% Jamaica. Venezuela, 47% Jamaica. All right? Are those really bad? The lowest possession stats out of that is the Mexico game, 38%. right? Do you know that we don't normally have that amount of percentage possession against Mexico? Are you aware of that? Our
Yes.
percentages against Mexico is usually in the low 30s or the
Yes.
high 20s.
Yes.
You're aware of that? So
Yes.
that's a big improvement. Are you aware that we outpossess Ecuador?
Yes.
56%. We
Yes.
47% to 53% Venezuela almost equal. Your
Yes.
point about the long ball doesn't hold water. It does
You
not
don't listen.
hold
You don't listen
water.
what I. You don't listen what I'm
And
saying.
when, and hold on,
You don't listen what I'm saying, bro. Peter, can you give me a
and
chance to
when,
talk?
Give him a chance, Peter. Go ahead,
yeah,
Ansi.
go ahead.
I said earlier to Manizman, and Manizman can attest to this. You understand me? I'm going to repeat it again so you can hear. I said, my point is, Al Grimso have a long ball tactics, I believe, because I remember we played a game versus Mexico in the Azteca where it was long ball for days. Manizman then said, it's not long ball anymore, it's long passes. Right? I said, okay, cool. Remember, we draw that game 2-2, Bobby Reid scored a screamer, and that was long ball for days, if you remember and watch that game.
So the
right?
tactics
So I don't.
work.
Hold on,
So what I'm
Peter.
saying
Let him finish, Peter, because
So
I
what I
don't
am
like.
saying, what I'm saying is, based on my assessment, Al Grimson used the long ball tactics in some games.
Unseen, like all right, let me just help you. Unseen, the Mexico
You don't need
game.
to help me, man. I can help myself.
Hey,
Hold on, Peter.
Yeah, I can't
Hold on, Tiga. Go ahead, Unseen. You finish.
So what I'm saying is that Al Grimson have a long ball tactics, in my opinion, where him tell the man them say, yo, try go direct. Even when under no pressure, right? Against a certain teams when him assess or do him thing, and then him have him going a some game now and tell them say, hey, try keep the ball. That's what I said to Manizman earlier.
So hold on, Peter. Let me just respond and say this. When Jamaica played Mexico, please correct me if I'm wrong, people. This was Coach Al Grimson first competitive game for Jamaica. I think prior to that, there was a friendly. So, Unseen, if you go back to that game and look at the stats and the performance of the team, though we had a draw, and if you compare that to the game that was played in the Gold Cup, though we lost in the Gold Cup by 1-0, when you look at the play, chances created, goals scored, and
3 goals. We lost to Mexico in the World Cup.
The Copa America I'm talking, where we got 1.
Oh, Copa America. Okay, you said Gold
Cup. So watch this. If memory serves me, make it serve me right. If you go back to that game, that was Jamaica's probably first game, competitive game with Al Grimson. You're coming into the team. We played a 4-4-2 in that game. You come to this game now, Unseen. The point we have been trying to make to you, and well, I have been trying to make to you, is from that point to this point, all of that has reduced significantly. I will say this to you again. Statistically, this tournament, Jamaica has played the ball out the back more than any of the other group of game that the coach has had. The issue is what the coach and Peter said to you long time. It is not just playing the ball out of the back. It is the quality of the player to keep the ball, right? And the coach has addressed this issue. Peter said it, and on public interviews, he said it, that we don't have the kind of player to do that. So the issue we're having is not possessing the ball, is that and you said it, we don't have midfielders presently in our setup who can take the ball and break the lines. So our play at the back unseen turns up into long diagonals where we try to use outlets like Leon Bailey, outlets like Demarai Gray or Cephas or Antonio. Sometimes that will work and that will not work. The issue is not the playing out of the back. because most times with Jamali Wade, who is good on his feet, you know that there was a time that Jamali Wade had to cut the ball inside from the goalkeepers, from the forwards, several times. Rando was pressing. And I hear people say, clear the ball when we were playing the game, because we were playing out from the back until Pinnacle played back a couple of them to him right on the goal line. So the issue was not playing out from the back. It's when you play and you beat the first press from the team, what the midfielders do. Oftentimes that ball comes back to the defense and then they come under pressure and they try to go long to get the outlet. So that is why we have the possession. It is what do we do though with the possession? That is the issue I'm having with the argument. Your argument to me sounds like all that we have been doing is getting a spot kick and kick the ball upfield. And I'm saying to you, if that is what you're saying, it has not been the case in this particular tournament. And from where it started to where we are now, massive improvement where that is concerned. But there's a lot more to be done. That is my point.
Man is man. Man is man.
You've been saying a year ago.
Yeah. Yes, Ansi.
So what I agree with you is that there is improvement, right? There's improvement when you come on to the long ball. But you still don't agree with me, and that's okay. When I'm saying that agreements have a tactical approach to games where you go more direct in some and you go less direct in some. And that's all I'm trying to say. So that should answer
boss.
Peter.
Right.
That should answer Peter theory that is coming up.
All right, Peter, go ahead.
Also, Ansi, I'm going to ask you this question too. When do you ever put onus on a player? Yeah, I see you put onus on your 7-0 players when you lost 7-0, right? When do you put onus on the national team player?
Of course, we put onus on Bobby Reid for losing 21 ball in the midfield.
Not just Bobby Reid. I'm just saying you have to put that in context as well, because the coach go out and the coach give them instructions and sometimes they do not execute. And you have to put onus on the players. I saw players, what I would say, hiding, not literally that them hiding, but they did not present themselves. Just like what management say, the defenders pass back a lot of ball to Wade. It's because they're looking for the defenders and the defenders are hiding.
But Peter,
right? And so they pass the ball around and looking for the midfielders, and the midfielders are hiding, and so they pass the ball around. I saw Lowe pointing.
But Peter,
instead of coming for the ball, pointing where you think them should take the ball, and then eventually them have to go long.
All right,
but Peter,
hold on, Ansi. Let him finish, Ansi, and then I'll
finish. This is where Ansi you sometimes have to put onus on the player. And if you will put onus on your little 7-year young players, young children that lost, then you must can put some onus on these big professional players that are playing for a national team. And I'll rest my case.
All right, then, Peter. Big up yourself. All right, Unseen. All right, go ahead, Unseen, and then no man. We have somebody is going to call in. But Unseen, go ahead, and then T-Got are going to give you a time. Go ahead, Unseen.
But man is man, and this one goes to Peter. But is it so me come out and me I talk about the player and me I say, all right, the players supposed to get, a little bashing for not playing properly, football wise, not personal. And somebody say, hey, the coach are playing the wrong position. Is it fair to me to pressure that player and he's in the wrong position and the coach played in the wrong position, man? I want you guys to answer that question.
Understand.
Huh?
I understand the question though, Anzine.
All right. You are coach Mount Pleasant. You keep on putting Akwasachong in a defensive midfield position and expect him to be making tackles and slide tackles and breaking up plays. Unseen Sports come out and him talk about it, the player not doing properly, playing that position properly. Is it fair for me to judge him in that position and he's not that type of player?
You're free to up it if you believe.
Is it the coach should get that?
If you don't answer the question, if you want to answer the question, don't ask me. You ask yourself.
All right, I'm gonna ask you. Answer, please.
All right, Unseen. Listen to me. You have an opinion about the coach. It's your opinion, right? While I don't agree with your opinion, I think when a team doesn't do well, the coach must take responsibility. So, the team lost 3 games. Listen, that's part of the coach's responsibility. That has to happen. I also believe that the players must take responsibility, right? Here's what I also believe. I believe that the administration of our football needs to take responsibility, and it must improve because it's all 3 components: the technical, the administrative, and in terms of the play on the field. If those things don't work together. So I don't want anybody to believe that there is no responsibility concerning the GFF. Things must improve from the GFF perspective. Players and staff, in terms of the technical staff around the team, must have the best environment to be able to produce good results. The decisions of the coaches must be good to give the team the best opportunity to win. And the players must take responsibility for how they perform as well. If we want to go, we could say, listen, for this competition, the JFF takes some blame, the coach and the players. All are responsible for the outcome of the competition. But there is a bigger, if you look at, say, what is the bright side? There's a World Cup campaign that must be looked at. But I want to hear from Tigat because we have around 10 minutes to go. Tigat.
Yeah, this is what I have to say, Management. This is what I thought with the YouTuber coaches that the YouTubers are. Man, I'm here, man. You not hear me? You not hear me?
All right.
No, man.
Let me give you my take and see. You see, like, and we're not hearing a Tigat.
Tigat said me gone, man.
I'm not hearing him. So what I'm saying is that administratively, for example, like, and I think this is where now I am saying that Coach Al Grimson has done some things, like the process of getting a player their Jamaican citizenship. And while, like, in the Observer argument article that is there, so there's a couple of things. Once the player has the necessary document, that process must be expedited, right? Let me say it clear again. Once they have all the necessary document, and the JFF must see to that. The JFF must see to that especially the higher quality player, it should not be a hassle for them to get their Jamaican documentation once they have, regardless of who the coach is going to be in the future, once they have the requisite documents, the JFF have to provide that, right? Here is something I saw. Having security. What I'm saying, Carla, just what I'm saying. Having security like this, the security was heightened for the Copa America, I guess because of how it is. And then it just helps me to think because, like, unlike other camps where you overseas and people can come into the hotels and interact with the player, this one, it was very difficult. And I think that is something that needs to be continued. That's an administrative issue that needs to be sorted out. In terms of equipment, all the equipment were provided. That's something administrative that needs to happen, right? So that's what I believe, that administrative things need to work together. In terms of the coaching, I think if the coach gets more players or better players to select from, I think he could have produced better results. All the players that he wanted available to him could not because of documentation, and it probably had some effect on it as well. So now you have a choice. Who do you work with long enough to get the result? But we have a caller online. CB, welcome to the show. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, man. It was all as well with the impending storm.
Yeah, man. Tigat is here. Tigat is here and Unseen.
Unseen.
Yes.
Unseen and Tigat, big up on yourself. I was listening to Unseen's point, and I get what he's trying to make in regards to the long ball. But from a point of view of a fan, when Al Gubinson came in for the Mexico game and so forth, he was still learning the players. Whether we like it or not, he was. When you're doing analysis of each team, you're going to see where your strengths are. So in some games, to Unseen's point, he's going to go long because we don't have the engines in the midfield as he would like from probably what he had in Iceland. So some cases he's going to go long, but I've seen a steady improvement. It's not big, it's not fast, it's very slow. You know, he went for this when he came in. He wanted to go 4-4-2. Then as the tournaments get better and he understands his players better, he dropped 5 in the back line. So I think it was a slow process. He was getting better when he was working, and I think if he was here and we could do all the things that he wanted, you'll see a better product over time. So that's just my take on it. And to management's point, to your point, management, this is one of the few games, and it was you could see the growing pains of it. We were constantly passing out the back, but not to pick on one player. There was a midfielder that wasn't working at the rate that the guys are used to a midfielder working. So it didn't seem as cohesive as it should have been. And I think that is what feeds to the long ball argument. When you don't have the engines in the midfield to collect the ball and push it up the field, the opposing team can play a higher line. Because at some point you had Mikel Antonio coming all the way down to collect balls, which he shouldn't have to do.
Exactly.
And that's because we don't have the engines in the midfield to push the ball up. And again, I'm not a coach. I played football, but this is from a fan point of view, from watching the game diligently and digesting data. Whether it's from the coach, whether it's from other analysts, and looking at my eyeballs, we need to go long and wide and search the diaspora across all continents and see if we can find a midfield. Because every time we find a good midfielder, the opposing country takes it from us. So we need to find one that can drive. And if you would see a different Reggae Boyz if we had the midfielders with the engines to do what we need to do. Damien can play a good midfielder if you want a steal, as the coach say, he's the steal in the midfield. Yes, but he also needs someone to collect the ball when he met the tackle and distribute it. And I think that is what the issue was. We don't have the midfielders to do the back and forth.
Very good point. Very balanced and fair, caller. Yeah, man. Very good point.
All right, sir.
Yeah, man. All right. Appreciate it. Thanks. Thanks for calling in.
No problem.
Yeah, man.
All right. Bye-bye.
All right. Yeah. Very good point, that unseen. So there is improvement. And like I said, I think we need that person in the middle of the park right there. That's it. I think we need that person. I think we have the next caller. Let me see if I can call him. I saw Lance calling. T-Got, are you able to talk?
Yeah, I'm still here. You hear me?
Yeah, man, we're hearing you. Loud and clear.
All right. Good. Beautiful. Now, what I'm saying is that the YouTubers, coaches, you understand, the coaches that the YouTubers has produced has been creating a lot of problem when they come on their various platform and talk, because they talk like, you understand, they have this 100% certificate or degree or diploma in coaching, and they know what is what. You understand? And they don't see the progress of the Jamaica national team. And I'm looking at the team, and the coach never have a set, for instance, the World Cup qualification game that we play against Jamaica and Dominica. It's not the same players that we have playing in the Copa America. Different players all around. You understand? So the coach has to keep on changing strategy, and this is the best. Although we didn't get any good results, but this is the best. I see the Reggae Boyz playing from the back to the front. Even the last game against Venezuela, we were dominating them in the first half. Have a lot of possession, and they were taking the ball from the back straight to the midfield, and the ball was going on. I'm like, where did this Jamaican team come from? You understand? And they were playing good. Although we lost the game, they were playing good.
Yeah. Tiga, don't man. We have a caller online. Caller, welcome to the show. Good afternoon. So hold on, Tiga.
Yeah. Good afternoon, man.
Yeah, man. Good afternoon to you.
Respect to the panel, man. You guys talking really dive into the problem. But what I really see is that I'm gonna be a little negative. Is that we haven't really made much progress in Jamaican soccer since we went to the last World Cup. And I say that because right now, I don't see the team progressing beyond, say, number 5 in CONCACAF, and And part of the reason is that we haven't really spent the time to develop Jamaican soccer to its full potential. You know, I mean, the coaches, we don't have the proper coaches, we don't have the proper feel. I look at 98 when we were playing, when we have Whitmore in midfield, and a couple other guys in midfield. I don't remember the names right now.
Yeah, like
They
Fitzroy Simpson, Peter Cargill, you had Christopher Dawes, you had
Peter
Andy
Cargill.
Williams. A lot of those
Exactly.
guys, you know.
These guys were midfield maestro. They could manage the midfield. We don't seem to have that. And throughout this tournament, it shows we didn't have a midfield, with the exception of the Ecuador game. We show little flashes, you know, in controlling the ball. But it doesn't seem as if we have that ball control. We're playing against CONCACAF teams. And all the teams, when you look at these teams, man, they have ball control, they have passing ability. We don't seem to have that. So this is why I said, okay, you look at 98, we went to the World Cup. But what have we done to really advance Jamaican soccer? You know, we have to be honest with ourselves. The fields are just the same way. We don't have proper fields. We don't have qualified coaches. I think Steve was, Mr. Steve was saying is that I think we probably have like one Class C coach.
So,
one Class A coach.
Speed is the only A license coach right now, but I think they have others doing the course, yeah.
Others doing, exactly. But not until, we have to be realistic. Just like in our other programs, we have qualified coaches. We have to be realistic, not until we get these proper coaches, Jamaica soccer is going to progress.
Yeah, all right. So while I hear, I think at the youth level that can hold true. But the fact that we are able now to have so many players in Europe, because they're exposed to higher level of coaching.
All right.
You understand what I mean? Because Cephas plays in Europe, Shamar Nicholson plays in Europe. Like this team, I think only Alex Marshall, who came in because somebody dropped out, and
I understand that.
Yeah, so generally a lot of the players are exposed to high level coaching because they don't play in Jamaica.
Yeah. And when you look at, you know, coaching is one thing, but also the innate talent of the players, you know, the quality. You look at our players, man, you know, they have the ability to, the first touch, control the ball, the passing accuracy, the kicking accuracy. I look at England. Most of our players come from England, and England is not a top-notch team when it comes to world soccer. At one time they were, but right now they're not. And let's face it, if these players could make the England team, we wouldn't get these players, right? But these are the players we get.
But they're still
but they're still better than the domestic players, right? Is that what you're gonna say?
Yeah, but even though they can't make the England team, they are a lot of our players, I think, are on par with players in like Mikel Antonio is on par with almost any striker in Europe. Ethan Pinnock at centre back is probably on par at his best with any centre back, right? You also have Leon Bailey at his best is probably one of the best in CONCACAF. Demarai Gray at his, so I think within the team itself, we have individual players that in our region, at their best, they are right up there.
Right, and I would agree with you. When it comes to a Leon Bailey, even though sometimes you might really question his performance with the Jamaican team, and we have Antonio and Pinnock. Pinnock is a really good defender. When we have those players, but then again,
Bobby Reid is also
really,
up to last year was a consistent player at Fulham.
Well, he's consistent at Fulham, but let's face it. Let's say Bobby Reid was name came up for the England team. Nobody would like Bobby who? You get me? He would be way, way down in the pecking order for the England team.
No, man. I agree with that, but I'm saying that in CONCACAF though, he is like he's ready.
Well, I'm not really sure about that. You know, because when you look at other players, man, you know, in that position in CONCACAF, when you look at the Mexican players, the Venezuelan, the Ecuadorian, you know.
But Ecuador and Venezuela are not in CONCACAF.
Well, that's true. That's true. But when you look at,
so you have got Mexico, USA, and who again?
When you look at Mexico, USA, and Canada, for some reason, look at Canada. Canada sort of, I mean, they bite the bullet and said, listen, We got to do better. What they did, they invested in their coaching, and I think they invested in their infrastructure. But you see, right now, it's producing the result. Not until we do the same thing, we gotta sort of rely on Jamaica need to improve its program. And what I'm saying is not difficult. It's not beyond our reach. Because you look at our netball team, you look at our track team, what we have going for us is our coaches. We have very, very good coaches for those teams, right? We have to look at it and say, let's get back to the fundamental and said, okay, let's.
You know what is funny, Carla? You know what is funny, Carla?
Yeah.
You see, I always tell people, look at track and field. Like I could give you when Tafar, when what was it? The Kishane Thompson ran at champs. I can give you over 20 big names in the years that he was at champs that none of them have progressed to anywhere in track and field, who are under big coach tutelage, and look where he's at. The point I'm trying to make is, I think sometimes when you make the track and field comparison, we don't realize that it's a lot of track and field people feel, but because we do individual. Listen, Jamaica have a 4x4 team that can't even qualify for the Olympics. First time in the history of so. It's just because
I'm looking
it's
for
just
historically.
Because
historically.
Yeah, no, what I'm saying, phenomenon. I just want to say it's just because we are in the football discussion, because track and field and netball is suffering, you know. It's just because we don't discuss those things as much. But continue your point.
Okay. Yeah, but I'm saying we have to, do look at the program and said, okay, let's develop, because you look at the style of play, you guys were talking about the long ball and who control, what. We seem to be playing somewhat differently from almost all the other teams in the competition. I don't see any team play like us. I mean, you look at Chile, you look at Peru, you look at even Canada. The midfield was very, very fluid. These people control the ball, the first touch, all of that. We don't seem to have that. The only little bit of spark I saw was with the Ecuador game. So I'm kind of pessimistic right now. I'm kind of wondering, have we made any progress? And let's face it. Okay, when you look at Jamaica soccer, what do we have? What do we have to show? Okay, we're gonna build the program. Yes, we're gonna look at the diaspora and find the best. This is what I hear one of the previous guests saying. That shouldn't be so. We should have to rely on the program. Okay, we have to have a style of play, and anybody can play that style of play will be invited to the program. But when we have a mismatch of players in the diaspora and just come because you're good or you're playing your Premier League, what kind of,
Yeah, but Carla, listen, right now, but Carla, listen, yes, I think you and I kind of have a little bit of a difference. So let's take it this way.
Okay.
If I get, I'm just going to call people, just calling random names that has been out in the circle. I think if you have players like, say, a Morgan Gibbs-White, the Reese Nelson, the Mason Greenwood, the better quality you have, it helps. In other words, the idea that if I get players that play a system who play in the JPL, for example, and put those players together, and that they will do better because they have a certain level of understanding. I don't believe that the football is at that level anymore. What I am saying is that if you have the quality of the Morgan Gibbs-White, the Reese Nelson, and the Mikel Antonio, and the Leon Baileys, and the Bailey Calamarty, and the Mason Greenwood, and these guys, I think that makes the job of the coach easier, right? And it is better to get them to adjust to a particular kind of a system. So I think one of the big things the JFF must do is to get those. Now, what I think must happen is that the JFF must also create what you're talking about, a system to develop the players at a younger level. In other words, at under 15, like the under 17 has camps now every single weekend going into a tournament in January. Up to this weekend, they had camp. They break it because that's what you want to see. And this is a combination of players. I think like 13 players from the States, 13 from Jamaica. I think it would be good for them to get some players out of England also in that. So you have them from a younger age and they're learning and adjusting to the culture. And the Jamaican born players are understanding how to play with players who are coming out of a system where they are better technically and they are faster in terms of the ball movement. And those players are learning. Yeah.
We are agreeing. I'm not against getting foreign players, but when we get foreign, like a Mason Greenwood, right? And or Nelson, right? These are the players we're going to say, yes, these players are very good. And I think they're going to fit into our system. But when we get average players, and like I said, no disrespect, that's a term, what's his name just used, and no disrespect to the players, but, you know, I don't know how else to describe it. But when we get average players and, you know, you have, and throw them into the team is not going to progress. You know, you just mentioned man is man. This is something that should have been conceived of and to be put into play a program. And this program should be mature right now. We shouldn't be just starting that, right? Because, okay, yes, we start that. And not only that, I can't remember, there was a European guy, the guy from Holland came and said, okay, another thing we have, another problem that we have, we don't play enough soccer. I think we play soccer for how many months out of the year compared to our European counterpart that plays significantly more soccer during the year. These are things that we need to look into.
Yeah.
You know? So that's my thing. One last thing I want to say, because I'm on the phone quite a while now, is like, I think the coach made a mistake when he said, okay, if you're not playing for a team, you shouldn't be considered. You know, because Ravel, even though, yes, he might not be 100% fit, I really think that if Ravel was in that midfield, man, you know, the team would have a better showing, at least in the midfield area. That's where we feel miserable, in the midfield. A 75% Rafael is better than what we show in the midfield. We shouldn't really have any kind of disqualification. You can have somebody who have not been playing soccer who play better than somebody who plays soccer every day. It's a possibility. Don't put like a disqualification on any selection. I think that was a mistake.
But
okay?
Carla,
I just want
listen,
to put that out there.
next time you call, I'm going to put pressure on you to stop call this thing soccer, you know. Because the fans are going to beat me if I allow you to use that word. Right? Yeah, you understand me. So I'll give you a pass this time because it is your first call.
You understand. When you're in the diaspora, man, little words change here and there. You get me? Yeah. Come on. But, you know, I love your program. You know what I mean? I'm watching it right now. I just mute my mic and I'll continue to watch it, man.
Yeah, man.
Good works.
All right, then. Blessings, man. All right, then.
Yeah, man. Respect.
All right. We have Coach Boris Johnson on the line, and then unseen, we're going to take Coach Boris and then Jermaine, and then we're going to close the show. Coach Boris, you have 5 minutes. Go ahead. We have 30 minutes to go, and we have a next call. Yeah, man.
Blessed love, and I just want to say good afternoon, good evening. Wherever people are in the diaspora watching and listening.
Only the people in the diaspora are healing up.
And in Jamaica, all over the world.
Okay.
I just want to say blessed love. Unseen, blessed love, continue to do what you're doing in the sport, and also yourself, management. I just want to take the time out to say thank you to the coach for all that he's done in his short tenure, and just looking forward to see what's happening in terms of going forward.
You apply?
I just want to make this clear.
You apply?
No, I will put in an application where that is concerned in terms of coaching a national team within the country. I mean, I've tried at the club level, and I have my share.
Money is one gone again, people.
Come back. If these factors are not taken care of, hence what happened in terms of Coach Al Gibson. I mean, he's not the first, and I don't think he'll be the last. I think one have to understand the level of investment that it takes in order to really qualify for a world tournament in terms of the preparation.
But hold on, Coach Barris. But but remember, we're not talking about World Cup qualifier now, because Jamaica has not been knocked out the World Cup qualifiers. You know. Jamaica with 2 games in the World Cup.
But you have to understand, these competitions prior to the World Cup qualifiers, they are part of the preparation.
Yes, and a good preparation. You see, you cannot complain about the preparation.
And that's why I say that's why I say thank you to Coach Al Grimson.
Okay.
Because we have left us in a spot where we have quality practice games in terms of what we get from the COPA, what we get from the Gold Cup, and what we're going to get going into the nation.
Okay.
And that's why I said thank you very much for him for putting us in that position, because outside of we qualifying for this tournament, I'm pretty much sure it will be probably, as Jamaica will say, hell on port to find a good practice game in order to get the boys to see where they are and where they need in terms of going forward. I mean, as I said, man, it takes me and you know, and I'm seeing my notice, it takes a lot of investment. And so far, as I told John Public, I've never seen the nation, whether inside or out, rally around the sport until 1998. And if we can't get back to that level for some reason being, then I think we're going to have these hiccups. We're going to have these hiccups, whether we like it or not. Because, I mean, you might know this, and Steve might know this, and myself know it. It takes a lot, man. It takes a lot more than what people on the outside looking in see. It takes a lot. And kudos to the coach. I mean, the coach don't lead based on football terms or based on his results and where he has taken it. But there's a level of frustration. There's a level of getting things done at a set time. There's a level of putting things in place. And we have to sit. I mean, the federation have to sit and call us to that state. If it's the fact that you don't want to invest as properly as you should in order to move the football, and you don't want to have the resources to invest to move the football properly, then come out and say this, man. Come out and say this. We're sick and tired of beating around the bush and coming on, throwing out some nice guys.
So what you're saying? What you're saying that the Jamaica Football Federation don't want the team to go to the World Cup? Is that what you're saying?
That's not what I'm saying.
No, I'm trying to understand. No, man.
And I would never say that.
No, man. What I'm asking the question because you're saying that is what they're what are they supposed to come out and say?
They need to come and let John Public know if they don't have the level of investment to invest in the football, so the football can get to the level.
So they
need to come and say that, because clearly that's not what's happening. That's not what's happening, management.
Okay, so the football need more investment.
I'm not going to blame these guys, because this is something that we spoke about prior. Leaving the World Cup in 1998. There was nothing put in place, and therefore now this thing is hard enough. I hear people say we don't have the proper stadium. Why is it we don't have a proper stadium to play football? All these things.
So let me ask Coach Barris, I'll be hearing you. Let me just ask him, is it the JFF should be building stadiums, clubs should be building stadiums, or government should be building stadiums?
Management, the Minister of Sports.
I'm asking you a question. So the JFF and the Ministry of Sports supposed to be building stadium.
And the clubs.
All right. So hold on. Yeah, man. So fine one. So let me ask you now. So in America, it is the government of the United States that build the soccer stadiums.
Management. This is a problem that we have.
But Coach Barris, I'm asking you so we can.
Listen, this is the problem that we're going to always have, because we're trying to make the comparison. And based on the comparison, we're trying to get the answer and the result. We need to stop making the comparison, brethren. I don't tell people that I play on Bermuda grass in Jamaica. I make use of the grass that's there. And this is the problem we have. We keep on looking at outside and what outside is doing. And we're not looking at what we have inside.
So Coach Barris,
I
am asking, all right, so you talk then, and then I'll just listen to you, because you're providing a solution. We are
Management know, but you travel to the United States and you have a basic knowledge. You know, United States is that whole different ball game compared to Jamaica.
Let's use Trinidad.
Don't go back to Trinidad. Jack want to have a level of resources that he could have used based on FIFA putting the youth everything work up. Management go back.
All right, so so see that we're not comparing Jamaica. It's Jamaica standalone. Yeah. So what I'm asking you, let me ask you the question. Who builds stadiums, football specific stadium? Because that is what we want with training facility. Are we saying that the JFF need to build their own stadium for football with training facilities where the national team alone play in that?
Man, a basic common sense, man. Everybody around the world now have their own training facility and their own treatment.
No, Coach Barris, no, here's what I'm asking you, man.
I'm saying.
But you're answering a different. Just listen, me ask you know. Coach Barris, just listen, me ask you. May I try for me and you help the people them because you want to provide information. All right. So they have the Captain Horace Burrell Center, which is a training facility. It is not ideal because it is turf. They are building more. That's not what we're talking about. What I am saying is that is the JFF responsible for building its own football specific stadium where they host the national team plays its national games, and where when you go to these stadiums you have fields beside where you can go with all of this stuff. Is that the job of the JFF? That's all I'm asking.
Man, I would be mad to tell you that.
Senator, may I ask you?
The JFF need to go and sit with government, sit with everybody within the. There are 21 people in Jamaica that run the private sector. Why aren't any of those people on board? And they were in 1992.
But Coach Barris, I cannot. Let me say this to you. None of those people who were on board in 1998 built a stadium in Jamaica. None of them.
They don't.
So why are you going to tell me? So if you go back,
understand what their involvement led to.
What it led to? They came on board when the team qualified. Most of them came on board. Leading up to that.
Don't embark.
Hey, listen. Wait, no, Barris. All them they do. Me, I go down the road with you. What them they do before that? I pay people salary, which they should not be doing. Them adapt the player. At that road, me I go down. Tell me why SM that do.
So why?
Tell me why SM that do.
What was wrong with the players adapting the program?
Hey, the federation.
What was wrong with that?
So here's what I'm gonna say to you. So the major sponsorship them time there, the clubs adopted players where they were using them for commercial. The companies. And then player adoption program. All right?
Yeah.
Because at that time, FIFA wasn't giving administration enough money. At this point, let me finish the man because I'm enough to go down there. So the monies that they were giving, if you take all of them player salary there, where them pay for the time of the campaign when them join it, when Peter Cargill come back to Jamaica, if you pay for that, it could have been one stadium in a Jamaica, proper stadium.
Man, not talk about build stadium.
But that we are talking about a stadium, we are talking about building. Are you first bring it up?
Yeah, but you divert to.
All right, you're alone gone talking.
Come on board and come after me and tell us rubbish. People were on board and help, and therefore the program qualified for World Cup. So I don't understand this thing when you're talking.
But Coach Barris, Coach Barris, you came on and said we need to invest. And then your investment is that we need proper stadiums. Are you said that, you know?
And I'm saying to you, the government, the JFF need to sit with the government, the Minister of Sports, and our stakeholders. And try. I don't blame the current JFF. This was something that was supposed to happen from 1998 because we come back from the World Cup. We left our resources. And that's all I'm saying. And what I'm saying to you, me and you and Unseen and the world public that listens know that it takes a lot of investment in order to get what we want to get. And I'm saying to you, if the JFF based on what they're getting from FIFA, can't provide that level of interest. They need to come and tell John Public and show John Public can come and help because management could have sit there and talk and pick up the team. If you don't do that and do it as quick as possible, you might have the same
All I'm saying, here's where this right now at this present moment, building a stadium will help us to qualify. That may I say.
Management, you are different from the argument, you know. I not specifying as building a stadium to qualify for World Cup. I already told you that coming out of 98 World Cup, nothing were put in place. And this
I agree.
We had, as players, looking forward. I'm saying to you now, me and you and Unseen and the public that listening know the level of resources and the level of interest it's going to take to move the team from point A into World Cup top football. And I'm saying, if it's a case where the JSF doesn't have the resources to invest into the football properly so we can get to that, they need to come and say it and try and get help.
All right. Let me tell you, Coach Boris. Here are the 4 things that me think. Of course, you need to get a coach, right? So let's remove that one because that is important. You don't have the coach. Let me tell you 4 things. You see, right now, here is all. One thing that needs to be helped. The players who need documentation to represent the quality players, that should be done. If we are talking about the senior team we are focused on. That's a number 1. Number 2, for the travel and the hotel, which is the biggest expense, I think, for the entire federation. 3 things. The travel, that the players get their preferred travel, right? So they need to find somebody go and deal with that. And hotel accommodation, that will put them to it. The payment, you see, players per diem and stuff, as soon as them don't play, them get them money for match fees. And before that, them get them per diem for the assignment. That, all right? You see, those things, money get invested to do that, which is what I think the JFF need to do, where the players have. Let me finish them, man. So those are right. So you have the documentation of the people, the accommodation and travel, and the salaries and the payment. And then you see the support staff must be a high quality support staff. You see, if those things are in place, without a proper stadium, the team will qualify. To improve the overall.
I'm not emphasizing. I only say we come with a World Cup and we have not. We need a stadium to qualify for World Cup. Everything what you said a while ago, the 5 points are the 4 points that you need a level of investment. Wrong or right?
Yeah, of course you need money.
And that's what I'm saying to you. If the JFF is not
then what
in a position, already we're going to have a hiccup for them need to either come out and say,
no, money,
we can turn this thing.
Hey, the player them for travel.
We're going to problem management. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Coach Boris, every player, the JFF need to find. The players want them own room. Every player have them own room. Right? You agree with that?
That's not possible, management. That's not
but
possible.
That's what the player that's what the players them want. Every player want to travel.
That's not possible.
But that's what them want. That's what I say. But that's what them want. Say, yeah. Where you going to tell them it's not
management. Listen. May I know the importance of team we play at this level? We'll also know that. You understand? If one player comes and says, this is this situation, don't use it, don't come use it as a discussion to try 24 or 20 other players. You understand what I'm saying? Because so far, we get from one player, it doesn't mean 25 players echo it. And if 25 players echoing this, then clearly we have problems.
Okay, we have a special guest. We have a special guest that just joined us. I went away, just hold on Coach Boris, and found out that he started a platform. It's called BAM Sports. So for the first time, I want to introduce him to I Am Sure Sports. This is BAM Sports TV. You can find him on Instagram,
TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, FaceTime, WhatsApp, the World Wide Web, Gmail, Hotmail, Yahoo Mail. Bam Sports, welcome to the channel.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Dr. Mullins. Good afternoon.
Online, so you take it over from here. Talk to him.
Yeah, good afternoon, Unseen.
Big up, big up.
And good afternoon, Mr. Johnson.
Blessed service. Blessed service.
Yeah, so
Bumps to Stevie.
I was listening to the platform earlier. So what are we talking about? Stadium development or something like that?
No, Coach Boris was saying that.
I'm not specifying a stadium development. I'm saying yourself, Bump Sports, Unseen Sports, and management and myself know that international football and to get to the World Cup takes a level of investment. And all I'm saying is, if the GFF is not in a position to invest, or they do have the investment to invest in the team to get to world class, they need to come out and say it. So therefore, we can get done what we can board if they really to come
Haven't they done that already?
Huh?
Haven't they done that already?
Haven't they done that already?
Yeah, them say them don't have no money and them need sponsorship and help to fund the program.
But that's what I'm saying. And that's
when you're saying, yeah, but when all right, so when you're saying that early on, say that the federation must sit down with the Ministry of Sports and the government and I mean some other stakeholders, but I'm just taking at them for now. Do you think it's reasonable to believe that the Ministry of Sports is unaware of the federation's financial crisis or financial situation? No, I'm saying you are saying.
Listen. And don't make a play devil advocate. I not when Kelly said she unaware, but she might not know in terms of what is it we need to put in place in order.
Don't agree with that.
And it being of some significant help. People can't read people's mind, Virgin.
But I'm saying, but Boris, I'm saying I don't agree with that because the Ministry of Sports through the SDF gives and then through via States Fund, they give sporting organizations.
Richard, let me cut you this. I'm me talking. Nobody got you the SDF, Richard. We all know the SDF platform.
So I'm saying them give them.
One of the first, but listen up. I was one of the first person to go sit with the FDS platform when it started with Mr. Solomon, Mr. Michael, and all of them. What you are talking about in terms of a subsidized budget, I'm going to say it to you again. And we can ask you the question, do you think that subsidized is enough to help the salary?
If I think it's subsidized, Boris, every time you ask me a question, I'm going to answer. Boris, every time you ask me something, I'm going to answer. You cut in and talk. So tell me when you're ready for me to answer the question you ask.
No, go ahead. Come in and play devil after you get on the platform.
All right. So you are saying, you are asking me if I think the subvention is sufficient? That's the question you're asking me?
I'm saying that, yeah.
No, I don't think it is sufficient.
You know, it may have to be.
And I'm sure the ministry knows it's not sufficient either.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, you see, the point when I'm missing on Bridging, the point when I'm missing, this thing is not solely on government or the JFF in a Bridging. At the point when I try to miss Bridging, I've been a part of the 98 campaign Bridging, and I'm telling you already, it's the first I to the nation rally around the football. There are stakeholders in the country that's not even the same people out there that held 98. When you speak to a couple of them and wonder what is going on, you wonder what really going. They're not willing and they don't want to hear about the football. We need to find out what is really going on there until we're going to have to speak up again, Virgin. Right now, I tell you, the first year of the discussion, and it's not going to be the last.
But Barry, let me tell you, let me tell you what my honest view on that. I think by and large, as a nation, the people in the country, them don't love sports as much as they think them love.
Me not go by that.
And I'm going to tell you what, Boris, hold on. Boris, just hold on, man. I'm going to tell you what. That's what me say what me I say, man. When we play football, if we are playing a competitive game and it look like something are gonna happen, like we are gonna make a progress or we are gonna do well, the people them not go up a stadium or if there's some excitement around it. When the national trials are keep up a stadium, people go watch the people them around. Hold on, Boris, just hold on. Boris, you know what I'm getting a point, you know, you just want to, Boris, you just want to cut me off at every chance again. I'm saying to you, boss.
Let him finish now, Coach Boris, let him finish and then you talk now. So you can talk at the same time.
I went to the national senior and junior trials. It's 4 days last one, Thursday to Sunday. You know which day was the most packed day? Friday. When they run the 100 meter them up a stadium. Between 7:30 and 9:45 when the 100 meter them run up a stadium. You see Sunday, the same people them will love track and field, them not go up, they go watch amateur, and them not go up, they go watch triple jump, and them don't go up, they go watch 800 or 5,000 meter. So I'm saying to you, my boss, that you think that as a country we love sports, but I'm telling you that the evidence is there to suggest otherwise. That is the same reason why now in the CPL we don't have a franchise in Jamaica. The Caribbean Premier League is playing and there's not a franchise named Jamaica. They move the franchise go Antigua, my boss. And when the people and also when CPL was playing in Jamaica, we never had a Jamaican owner. It's a man from Guyana own the Jamaica franchise. And I don't believe, so we don't have no rich people in Jamaica that can own a cricket franchise. It's the same thing for football, brother. When match a play for stadium, the people them not going up, they go watch it until Barry. So when you finish Barry, the people them is not going up there unless there is some excitement around them, boss. That me I tell you. And for the most part, Barry, you used to coach football in Jamaica. Management is a manager, I used to be an administrator. Whenever a football match a play for stadium, if you have 100 people in your phone, 95 of them is calling you to beg your ticket. They don't even want to buy a ticket to go up there, brother. No matter how much ticket you sell for.
I can't speak for you. I have that experience. I can't speak for you. You might have that experience. I don't have it. But I'll show you this.
Yeah.
Now, what if I say people don't love the sport? Our people don't love sports in Jamaica. I want to
okay.
I sit here and buy that. You understand? I will sit here and buy that. You have a thing named integrity, Virgin.
Tell me what's the evidence.
Integrity.
Well, let me let him finish, Brian. Go ahead.
No, hold on. Yeah, man, continue.
May I tell you this? You have a thing named integrity, Virgin.
Yeah.
See, once you lose that, Virgin, where people is concerned, Virgin,
yeah,
you have a repercussion where you have to go reap until.
Okay.
All right, hold on, Coach Barch.
Let him finish because I want something.
No, man, me just want to ask him something. So integrity. Let's talk about then a sports that, as far as we are concerned, in the public domain, integrity has not been an issue for netball. We have been ranked in the top 4 for so many years, but it is highly underfunded to the point where it is the girls sometimes who get them own stuff and them don't even get paid to play. While there's no lacking in integrity where netball is concerned. So there is.
You don't sit there and say that because me don't know. All
right, the Boris.
What me don't know? Which part of that me don't know?
What?
So Boris, let me ask you a question, Boris. Boris, let me ask you a question. Tell me which sporting discipline in Jamaica, which sport discipline in Jamaica we don't have an integrity issue with. Tell me one that we don't have an integrity issue with.
I don't know one. And therefore, this is the repercussion of it.
Okay. But Boris, let me ask you a question. Boris, let me ask you a question. Why is it?
You know how much? Hold on. let me just say this. Coach Barris, you know how much the national team, our teams pay to use the national stadium for a game?
Man, me know I hold it for money, man.
No, $3 million Jamaican dollars in it.
Yeah, man, me know I hold it for money.
Okay.
Me know I hold it for money.
That's for the rental of the stadium.
But why is it? Why is it? That's why me I try to say to you, why is
All right,
it?
so Boris, let me ask you a question. Boris, let me ask you a question. Things have gone down because clearly you're making the point that the football lacks integrity. People don't have no trust in the football, so that's why they don't want to spend the money. And yeah, man, yes, Boris, I agree with you. And also the J3, hold on, Boris, the J3 lack integrity too. So the J3 lack integrity, and that's why the people them don't want to go up there go watch track and field. However, why is it that on Friday, when Kishan Thompson and Shelly and Fraser run the 100 meter, the people them full up and go up there go watch it, but them don't go on Sunday go watch amateur. Tell me it's integrity why that happen.
Listen up. Me and you know sports and me and you know die out in terms of sports.
Okay.
Me and you know that. So we don't make you go down the road the bridging. Don't make you use some small issue to dissect the big picture where we are trying to fix bridging. Yeah, me not come to complain in a bridging.
Okay.
Let me tell you, people tend to think that if the thing now affect them don't business with it. And that's why we can't come up with a solution. You understand?
Okay.
Because if you think say, yo, it not trouble me, so I'm no business with it.
All right, Coach Barris, we have got to pick up this tomorrow because we're going to take our next call and we know Brian wants to say something else and we will close up the show.
I said this before we finish, man.
Yeah, man.
We have to treat this thing like injustice. If we see injustice and play a blind eye to it, at some point in time, we are going to be this. Right. That's our boss to this. That's our boss.
All right, then. Bless up yourself.
Program and all the best to
yourself
and seeing BAM Sport TV and
hey, make sure the under 17 team qualify for the World Cup, you know, if we go beat you, you know.
Well, that is our next concern. That's a topic where you probably have to call me after here and I will try to set something straight before.
Every weekend me here we now have camp, you know. At the first team have so much camp before no tournament, you know, not even national team and our female team, you know.
Man, I can speak to prayer camps since I have not informed.
All weekend just gone them done a camp, you know.
But that's what I'm saying to you. Since I've given my input into what I could before, since I've not informed.
They not call the camp, you know. So, but Coach Barris, go and go call the camp boss and come off for the program. And I'm here for talk. Call the camp boss. Can you know who the camp boss is?
I try to show you. I try to show you. I need to call the camp boss.
Yes, because you want to make an input. Listen.
No, but what I'm saying.
Hold on, Coach Barris.
Yeah.
Listen.
Yeah.
You and the camp boss are friends.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The camper keep outside of the state. And you don't hear nothing. You don't call the man. Where you want the man? Why Jamaican stay like that? You fi call me. Call the people then.
But management, why I need to call the camper where our platform where all of this run through? I try to tell them.
Because the people may be busy. Call the people them all Jamaican states.
Them busy, so we can't get information.
Why Jamaican all it? Why we judge people based on them action and then we judge yourself based on our money? Then call the people them. Why we a Jamaican alone say that, you know? Oh, them not call me. Oh, me not call them. Me not call them.
Nobody to call. Management, listen up. And this may I try to show the bridging. Prior to everything, we have a platform that everything goes to and communicate to. It's not happening anymore, management. That's all I'm saying to you. So I can understand when you say call the camp boss. It's not about calling the camp boss.
Is it about what then?
But I'm saying to you, prior to everything, you have a platform that everything goes to and communicate.
All right, and them wrong.
So
them should put it through.
Why is it me now as an individual to call the camp boss?
Because So me no want you tell me no problem. Me I give you a solution. Call the people. Cause I friend them.
For what management?
So find out what I want. Hey, you know, I was a part of the first one. How are things progressing, man? Are your friend them?
No, man,
Are your friend them?
Listen, man.
Are your friend them?
Man, let me tell you something. Like maths, everything our principle. You understand?
Here's my principle. Here's my principle. Let me tell you my principle.
Yeah.
Here's my principle. You see me and your friend?
Yeah.
I'm not hear from you.
Yeah.
Where expectation don't meet experience, me fill the gap with trust. I am going to give you. Hold on, man. Let me finish, bossy. Me, I gonna give you the benefit of the doubt. So here's what I am going to do. I am going to take it up because I am professional. I am going to, as a professional, I'm going to take it upon myself to call you and say, listen, I notice I have not, and I've heard about camps every weekend. Is everything okay? You see, if after that now you can answer me, that's different. But I'm not going to sit around knowing that I can make a let me finish. Make a valuable input. And then I'm going to go on and talk about, all right, they're not being professional. I'm not going to call the people then.
No, management. Yeah, missed the point. The point is management. We had to set up a platform to communicate. And for some reason, as I tell you, that's why I'm not going to start a discussion every day. So I didn't want to start this discussion on the program. For some reason, the level of communication is not coming good to that platform anymore. You say, all the people left. I'm going to say it again. If we see injustice, I'll leave it alone at some point. I'll be the victim.
Yo, that's something. All right, boss. All right, big up yourself. I agree with you still.
Yeah.
I don't agree with you. All right, big up yourself. People ever apply for your job yet, and the people them say they will call you and hear from them. You know, just call the people them. Call the people. Coach Boris, call the people them. Call the people them. Yeah, the people them are virgin. If they want to see each other, you know, go talk. You know, go reason like nothing. So call the people. If there was a WhatsApp group according to you and no information is communicated, give your virgin them the benefit of the doubt. You don't know. What is the man them have debt in them? You don't know. So just call them and say, listen, I noticed there are camps happening and I haven't heard anything. You understand me? You know, maybe them feel like it cost you money that them not have. You don't know. So call and find out, bro. We have this thing as Jamaican. Oh, me not call no man. I them to call me. Yo, Jamaica the easy, you know. Brian, if you go apply for your job, right? And you know have times in the call by the people and said, hey, yo, what kind of echo that I go on? You know, I haven't heard from you in XY time. You can do that. Call the people them.
So what I will say is, I think Coach Boris was being unreasonable because the people who are in question, he and them are friends.
That's what they said.
So there should be no challenge in taking up your phone and say, yo, brother, what go on? Just a regular casual conversation. I don't think nothing wrong with that still.
Exactly. And I like GFF people, I'm on bridging them. So if you're bridging, you know, just call a bridging them and ask them, I don't know how Coach Boris will go out with.
I'm thinking just a try to be a little bit technical, you know? Yeah. He's trying to be a little bit technical, but man is bad. Let me tell him, boss. The point I was trying to make earlier to Coach Boris, which him feel like him don't want to listen to me. Bossy, I don't think as a country, well, brother, me go to national trials. Friday evening, the 100-meter run, the people them knock up them and make noise and blow on everything. Talk there, them not go watch 200-meter because the people them who them like, no run a 200-meter. And Sunday morning, me no see them up there watch the amateur.
Yeah.
Or I watch the other event, brother. Me I tell you, say, me just not think as a country, me just not think we love sports as much as we think. Yeah, you have, and I can tell this, with the panel platform here, we talk about sports and whatever. By and large, a majority of the people who are on these platforms giving them contribution or whatever, they're not going to watch Jamaica play football. Whether them in the States, when Jamaica is in the States, them don't go. When Jamaica is playing out here, a lot of them don't go. And maybe for varying reasons, you know, people might have other challenges that prevents them from going. But I don't want it to look like, I don't want Coach Bryce to look like, yo, we have a very fun-loving footballing culture, and the administration is poor, and that's is not poor, is, what do you call it? What the word them use? Them lack integrity. That's the reason why people not going to watch football. I don't believe that, my boss. And I'm telling you that there are many other sporting arguments, brother. Look at the JCA that run cricket. When the players then play cricket out here in Jamaica, no people don't know this. With the last regional tournament, every single game was played in Jamaica, in terms of from a Jamaica perspective. The players travel from them yard to come and play for Jamaica at Sabina Park. Every day. The association made no arrangements for the players to stay. Them don't get a hotel, them don't get the per diem, them nothing. Them have to, so all the players who are in the squad have to leave from them house and come to play for Jamaica. And people that live at Westmoreland, people live at Manchester, St. Mary, Portmore, everywhere. No arrangement was made for them to stay at no hotel. Them don't get a per diem. When the national cricket team is training, the players them don't get no lunch. Them don't provide the meals for them. All them get is rehydration fluid and water. That's all them get. Even although those players are, and I think 15 of them are contracted players. So the rest of players them who are not on contract, when they are invited to national training, some of them who have them work, they have to leave them work after time off to go and train, hoping that they will get a chance to play for Jamaica. And a lot of times, I even spoke to a player who played in the Super 50 last season, last October. Is this year March him getting paid? And him do have a contract with the Cricket Association. And him play a tournament, him travel to play a tournament in October, and him getting salary in March. So, I don't want to make it look like, yes, I not say football is the best of the best, but I don't think it's just that a lot of people don't shed light on the other sporting organizations. And you made a point earlier, even recently in the news, Glenn Mills was talking about track and field, saying them want 17 people to travel with the athletes. And J3 and JOA or whatever they name is saying is 14 them can provide, or 14 them can give off or whatever. Like, and even netball, I not really hear netball at the news say them have no problem with administration of the sort. But when netball match I play up a layer in the court, up in a full up my boss, people them not full up there watch netball. So I not know if the administration by and large have a lot to do with people not going to watch the teams play. I just think that we don't love this sport as much as we think. I just think that that's the case.
Yeah. All right, people. We will see if we can. That's a good point, Brian. You understand? What we will see if we can take Jermaine, because he has been trying to call for a while, and then. Big up Brain Drain. A long time I don't see Brain Drain and Brain Drain in the place. You understand me? Big up Brain Drain. Big up one. You understand me? New York Red Bull Burke. Big up yourself. In the place. I watch the stream. Big up yourself. You understand me? Oh, yo, man. Monday up for New York Red Bulls, you know. I go on with things. Big up yourself, Core Burke. In the place. All right. Hey, big up this here, Bernard. Watching the show. You understand me? Big up this Shane Bernard watching the show, right? You know, you understand me? Big up yourself. You understand me? Big up Ethan Pinnock watching the show, right? You know, big up yourself. Then at the comment section, because they just say them then, you understand? Big up on yourself. I be a good thing to people that say about the ball of them. Big up Bobby Reed, you understand? Because I'd seen almost put something, but we have to stop him, you know. Big up Bobby Reed watching the show. Big up yourself, you understand me, sir? The players them in the comment section, you know, watching yourself, you know. I understand me. We're getting a burial show tomorrow. Burial? Well, I don't know about that. People, make sure people, let me say this. Please, and Brian, please, make sure you prepare for the storm. Better not prepare and it don't appear than it appear. And no, don't prepare. So make sure, no joke. We'll get prepared. But Brian, congratulations in your channel going on with stuff. Big up to you, big up to Cranky. to the new persons who have come onto the scene, doing very well. Like your thing, BAM Sports TV, big up Ballhead TV as well. You understand me? Lot of new, more the merrier, More the merrier. I think it's good for the thing so people can have, variety. Because them say variety is the spice of life. I think that
Hey,
is good.
that is one.
Yeah.
People them call me and say, when cricketer play, I'm go live. People them say, yo, the one day go live, what's this lose, You gonna go live again, brother. I say, all right, brother.
Brother, how you feel watch along when West Indies are play?
Hold on,
How you feel watch along for West Indies?
Yeah, man, brother. You see, the next time when them a play, you say, me nah do no show, brother. Me nah do nothing. Man, them lose same way, brother.
Hey, still, Brian, me not tell no lie. Ravman Paul remind me of Jason Holder, and Darren Sammy.
Wait, in terms of what?
They make the team based on captaincy, but they not going with nothing.
Yo, man, I can bring him for the platform one day.
Hey, yo, yeah,
I make
man.
him ask him that.
What? From me know Ravman Paul must struggle to play spin. That me
Yeah,
can't
man.
understand cricketer. Why cricketers take so long to master anything? But we have man of God. On the line. Man of God, why you hold on, bro? Yeah. Yeah, true man. True man. Every time I make a prediction, it work out. Me stop predict people. Yeah, man. So Issa Allen, hold on there. Man, Issa Allen, you really there Vegas, my boss? I ain't say nothing to me, my boss. Issa Allen, you really there Vegas? You not come hear me?
Yeah, man, the Reggae Boyz community was in Vegas, manins.
The man, them not come at the hotel after the game, bro.
Yeah, but me can't hear man of God, I don't know why.
Yeah,
Me can't hear.
we not hear it so clear. Me don't know what. We sound like a day in a one tunnel.
Man of God, come from under your bed, man.
Eh?
That hear it now?
Yeah, man, I waited there, man.
Oh, yeah.
Next time when you're there at the pit that tree, nobody call, man. Wait until the fish pass.
All right. Yeah,
Hey, man, don't make a point before man of God come in. Hold on, man of God. Man is man. So on Sunday, there was you were making a point earlier about Ravman Paul. On Sunday, community team Older was playing a SDC match at Shedding Park. Ravman Paul turned up saying, and he was batting. You know who Ravman Paul?
Just tell me tell me some of the spin bowler them and me pick one. Any one of them.
A spinner.
Me must a spinner, man. Me don't understand you. Like if me a cricketer and Ravman Paul walk up to the pitch, but if me could have stopped the over and bring on a spinner, me have stop it and bring on a spinner. He must go on better, man.
That's true, man.
Good youth still, but he must go on better on the spin. He must improve that, man. Yeah, man. But me never see Issa Allen. You the day of the match, though, man of God.
No. But Issa Allen represents the Reggae Boyz community, you know?
Me lose for Issa Allen. Me don't tell no lie. Issa Allen, me lose for you. Because me yellow pull it for the fans them. Me hold it for the fans them. Me see how bad as everything.
The man better with them banner and them shirt and everything, brother.
Yeah, but that not some man them that can still heal me, man. Them could have come at the hotel, man, afterwards, man, because a lot of people come by the hotel and the yellow, the players them and take pictures and them thing after the game. Issa Allen, we can't believe the idea of Vegas, Issa Allen, and you're not to send me a WhatsApp message. Big up Christopher in a thing there, you know. In a Houston, you know, because Christopher will link up and we go eat some Chinese food and them thing there, you know? Yeah.
No, man, under 20 start because we have to look for that.
Under 20.
Yeah.
Oh, but them say I am. Who come up with this thing, but you're not that guy? Cause me, everybody I talk about is and you talk.
A long time talk that money, man.
Oh.
Yeah, but which part of talk they make? Yeah, you can't do this one.
Oh. All right. All right. Yeah.
Somebody's my know when he's under 20 account.
Tomorrow I'll tell you.
Tomorrow I tell you, alright? Alright, we have to big up the player them. Despite the lose 3 matches in a row, but we have to big them up. Big up Bargain, sir. So they get a short time in here. Especially we have to big up Bobby Reed. What everybody else. And we keep on, we just need to keep on stay around the team, push the team until we get a different coach. And see what's going on.
Yeah, man, bless up yourself, man.
Yeah.
About Bill. And then Brian, Unseen all gone before me ask him, come here, man, I say Unseen and Sir P reach now, same sentence. What happened now?
Yeah, man, Unseen, he do a video after. And I say, what I'm saying, I think if Sir P get him away, and the JFF suspend Leon Bailey, and him do a next video and say, Sir P to leave the ball alone, or something like that.
Unseen, I try to Unseen no sense. Unseen, I try to check on Sir P. He just want to cartel. He just want to cartel. She must just want to cartel. Unseen, you really want to call Sir P. Unseen. Delete the video, them Unseen.
Yeah, so no, delete that one. So yeah. But mind, you know the people them say Unseen is the fastest rising coach in Jamaica, local coach. Unseen is the fastest rising local coach in Jamaica.
Yeah, man. Unseen, my son play a CD, man.
Yeah, I was thinking about that.
Yeah. But I do they win the competition. Man have me under me 10-year-old I play CD, man, in the under 13 competition, man.
Let him go score some goal.
Look at the man, put the man on the flank, man. One of the leading goal scorer from last year, man. You know, and seeing go on with, and then he talk about coach I play people out of position. Me don't understand it.
Yo, a big man, a B license, Unseen I don't know, brother. So,
okay.
Yeah,
Him gonna be? Him do this here already?
Yeah, Unseen is a part of the B license cohort now.
In PB and now B court.
What?
Never tell him.
No, sir.
Brother, the man Unseen that move fast in the coaching world, brother.
But it's all me disappointed in you still in there, bro. Me can't believe you reach it.
I'm a customer, man. You know, say after the game, then I tell you like, it was a good experience, man. I feel like a star in that stadium. Every walk, people are take picture. Everybody want to take picture. I'm with that picture. You understand?
Yeah.
So by that time, I reach outside and we did them at the same place, and we never escape on the street. You understand? We never escape on the street. It's like 15 minutes away. So we just jump in the car. Boom. We did supposed to come at the hotel, but when we go back home, they can't go make it out. We do all this, like, buy food back home and then come back to the place. We did get to see First and Shamar. You get to see First and Shamar.
Okay. Yo, Brian, when you step out of the stadium, it's like you step out of a refrigerator and you step in a a burning furnace, you know, brother. It think a joke, bro. When the Vega seat hit
like that, the partner.
When you see the Vega seat touch your face, bro, it come like your skin a peel off.
Yo, me never know some place like that on earth, man. Pray to God. I could not believe it. No, I tell you honest truth, I couldn't believe it, man. Yeah, man. It was nice, man. It was nice, man. In our stadium was nice. You never hear when me blow on my hand, man. It's man. Me just come in our stadium, come couldn't stay with the long enough time. I blew on me move umbrella. I give some blow. Until it's
so, let me ask a question.
Yeah.
Another question. In terms of the whole COPA experience, how would you say was it for like you as an administrator or something? Yeah.
I think like competitions like the COPA, it's a lot of logistics. So like at COPA, for example, it's when the team bus traveling. Let me give you some example of how organized they are. So you have like security, you know, all around the hotel, like heightened security. You have certain roads like the avenues leading to the hotel. You have police officers, all of those things. Like when you go into the stadium, you have like two buses. You have the team bus, but then have a next bus. That mean if one bus break down, everybody just jump into the next bus and all of them thing there, you know. So it is, you know, in terms of like rehydration, all of those things are like no problem. You get like cases of them from the sponsors and you leave. So everywhere you go, you get training equipment and rehydration fluid and you just leave them. And you go to the next venue, you get a brand new set of training equipment and all of that. You leave them. You go to the next place, you get a brand. It is.
Also, when you're traveling, you're not required to be going out with all of those stuff because
yeah, but we still bring our own because everything that they gave us, we brought. So but you didn't have to use them. So like we brought like our own. The team always travel with like the massage beds, right? But when you get to all the venues, you go to train. You get 3 brand new massage beds.
Okay.
So that's part of the plan. So what they do, they leave those with the schools.
Okay.
Whatever facility, all of those stuff are left there for the people at the facility. You understand me? So it is like, but remember, say COPA is almost equivalent to Europe in terms of TV rights and money, you know. So, Brian, you know, if you come out of your locker room like a minute after the time, you know, bro, that's like 25,000 to 30,000 US, you know, for a minute over. Eh?
Because I heard sister say something about that with one of the teams. So you guys come out and them take so long to come out.
Mexico in the first game, so they get a huge fine, and then what happened is like $5,000 every other minute.
Okay. Come here, say I heard him speak about that specifically.
You understand me, Brian? So you have so in terms of that, it's very, you have your TLO, you have your TSO, so you have a lot of security presence. You get full medical, so anything happen, you have full medical. So if something happened to your eye on the trip, if you have a tooth that needs to be taken out, it covers it fully. If you have ingrown nails and you came there, you have full medical. So you know that these, like this is a lot of money, brother. Me not think like, let me say, the Caribbean and a whole is so far away from where the powerhouses in football are, bro. It's so far.
And which game you think we had most support?
You know that I think it was in Houston.
The last game?
No man, the first game in Houston. The last game was in Austin.
The Mexico game. Okay.
Yeah, I think the Mexico. But what happened that you see the Mexico game now? You can't tell if Jamaicans are here, you know, bro.
Mexican them take over.
I'm telling you.
Hey, what burned between with the Ecuador game? A lot of us were yellow too.
Yeah.
So money's man. Okay, so another question. So in terms of preparation from like an administrative perspective, would you say that the preparation from you guys in terms of the JFF was spot on in terms of you didn't have any hiccups and stuff, or
no, because remember now, once you get there, everything is chartered. So remember, all the flights, because like unlike this where you got preparation money, so you can buy this flight that the players want, and then you do your charters. It's chartered flight from different venues. So all of that is taken care of by the sponsor, the sponsor of the competition. So to move from Houston to Vegas chartered, from Vegas to Austin chartered. Say, you know, you transport as you step out, you step right into the bus because the bus comes right up to the aeroplane. So you don't really have no, like you have little logistic issues. Like normally when you book certain hotels, you have some issues in terms of getting all the rooms on one floor, right? So like you were able to make those arrangements because you could do your booking. You do your booking earlier because that is important. What you don't want is you have one players on floor and guests right beside them and all of those things. But remember now, the hotels, like the second hotel we had in Vegas is owned by a popular American, right? You see that particular hotel now? People actually live there.
Okay.
So it made it difficult for all of us. But yes, they have a whole heap of different rules. Because remember, you bring your own chef, you tell them all the food you're going to need. And thing. They are very strict though. TikTok asks a very good question that I want to answer. So now they also tell you what jersey to wear.
Okay.
Yes,
I understand that though because it's best in terms of to avoid any clashes. They would want to control that variable. So yeah, I don't think that's a bad thing though.
It's the green jersey. The green jersey, we wanted to wear the green jersey because we were the home team. Them said no, because the other team away jersey is a dark
green.
color. No, it's not green. It's like a dark color. So the dark colors on the field wouldn't. So one team had to wear a lighter color. So you know, it's a home team normally change. In this, so we had to like change from the green to the yellow. Then the goalkeeper, they had a the other goalkeeper jersey, so nice. They never get to use it because it conflicted with what the referees like. Them have an entire book that them create for the tournament with the rules.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good. So is it so even though they have these rules and restrictions, did you find any of them to be difficult or challenging in a sense, based on what was requested or what was being asked of you guys?
No, man, because what they did is that so any issues you have, like they had people. So like we had a player who had to leave the game to go to the hotel. Like all that was arranged. Like they are the amount of people that they had. The one issue we had is that almost everything is done in Spanish. All the MCM, which is like match coordination meeting, all the dialogue, because it's South America, either Spanish or Portuguese. Predominantly.
They have like translators though.
No, you know, but you know, like I understand like some basic Spanish stuff. Simon does Spanish, Earl Bailey does Spanish. And then we have a TLO that also speaks Spanish. So when we are at the MCM, he sits in between us to explain to us what they are saying.
Oh, and if you okay.
Yeah.
So I guess so Earl Bailey was that the COPA?
Yeah, man.
Okay, I know that Simon speaks Spanish well too. So that I guess that attribute helps.
Yeah, and then we have also Pepe, who is Josef Lazaro, who is also Spanish, the physical trainer. So we had a couple of Spanish speaking people or people who understood some basic Spanish.
Okay.
Yeah. So the rules are like you can't wear like you can't wear the headphones over your head when you're coming off. You have certain games when they say, all right, because you have to go through the mix zone, staff come off first. So all the staff come off, go through the mix zone, then players. Then the next game, they will tell you that players come off first, depending on how far they have to walk. So just a lot of stuff like that.
Okay. So in terms of like the whole, so you're saying COPA took care of the entire logistics plan and you guys just have to fit in basically.
Yeah, man.
What you're saying.
Yeah. Yeah, so players, a lot of the players, the JFF had to, of course, get additional rooms, but players had, for the most part, I think the players they had their own rooms and stuff like that.
Yeah, man. I saw Damien Lone alive, and I was commenting and trolling him, and he must say, yeah, everybody have their own room. He was showing the people them some of the rooms though. I think it was where the physios were, where they got to get their massage. I think he was showing them.
Yeah, and everything is like 4 to 5 star hotel.
Yeah, he was saying that too. Yeah, man. He was making that point too. So in terms of, so you are saying, I heard you said earlier that you can bring your own chef. So is it that if you bring your own chef, they will just provide the food for you guys and you can do your own cooking and stuff, or?
Generally, that is how tournaments are. You bring your own chef, you send your market list and they buy everything. But some hotels, like I'm telling you, some hotels, you're not allowed, the chef is not allowed to cook.
Yeah, I could understand that too, because
like the former president of the United States hotel, you're not allowed to cook in his hotel. Only there.
Yeah, because I think if there was anything to go wrong, like with
exactly,
they'll be held liable, but they want to ensure. Yeah, man.
There you go.
It is fair, which is fair. It's fair.
But generally, when you have like long tournaments, you bring the chef with you.
So would you say it's a well executed tournament from your end, from an administrative perspective, or there were things that you felt that you could have done better?
I always feel like you must always look within before you look out. And I think like many things, like, one of the things that I'd love to see, I think I was saying it earlier to Coach Barris, that I'd love to see a system in Jamaica that when players, if they play like a tournament like this, as soon as they're finished, they get all their, if they're supposed to get match fees, whatever is in their contract, they'll get the match fees, everything. So there's never anything but that going to take. That is something that I'd love to see where football get to. Like if you're called up and you're leaving, the moment you're on that plane, you have access to your per diem and you get your match fee as soon as the final whistle is blown. That is in your account. But again, that takes a lot of money to do that. I also believe that one of the things that Jamaica must do is that there must be some documentary on this. I think like there are so many moments that could have been captured. I think like people need to see, like, even when a Shamar, how passionate he is, like when him cry, when him lose all the scrimmage, like whether I'm start or not, how him attitude positive, how when the team lose, how it affect him. Like I think like those moments, like I think we should capture them, so down the road you can take some of those things and make videos and stuff. Like to hear Bobby talking. Like I don't think people see those things, or hear those things. You understand me?
But Money, when you guys were here in Jamaica, when you were playing the World Cup qualifiers, the 876 team persons, they were there doing some recording and then do some inside action.
No, they don't do that though. Like people know that you're filming. That's what I'm talking about. Like you're creating a movie. They're not doing that, and I think that's something that Jamaica that needs to be implemented.
Didn't they do that here when you guys were here in Jamaica?
I think that is more like, all right, dear man, let us talk here. So and so. What I'm saying is that you just capture the moments.
Oh, okay. Oh, like some candid thing where a person is not necessarily. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
like we had this big thing going on where the players were playing like Monopoly. You understand me? Like I was beating. We're playing like drafts, and we were playing everybody, and then the guys from England said that, listen, they play checkers, which is different from draft, and then Bobby and I played, and Mikil and I was playing this big chess game, and everybody, like, I think some of those moments, people don't get to see the kind of camaraderie and oneness, like in the camp, sometimes, like the scrimmage, like to see, all you guys see is the picture that they take of the winning team. And you see somebody, if you look at some of those pictures that they post on the GFS site, you see man like telling somebody to silent. It is because the previous day when the other team win, what they were saying. But you understand me? We don't, like those things just show you a side of the team that you don't. Even Coach Halgrimson and you know, how he operates in the context of the team. I don't think like how people, you know, like yeah, like some of those things. The same thing with the equipment guys. Like if you see how like the guy named Twin or Stone or Blocks, how they operate in the equipment room and with the players, like some of those things would be big, man.
Okay, well, who knows? That's food for thought. Maybe that's something JK can look into. Who knows? Maybe years to come they can make a movie and make millions of dollars out of it. I mean, Reggae Boyz is a very big brand, so.
Yeah, cause Schaefer just put out a movie.
Oh, that Reggae Boyz movie with the German people. That's Richard Schaefer.
Yeah.
Okay, I read about him. I didn't know it was him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there's nothing for the JK to read from that. Even though, maybe if they use their logo and stuff in it, then can get some benefits. But
yeah,
I think that's a very good idea, though, you know, because a lot of times, especially in sports, like we as fans, we just see the output, but you don't see what is put into building up or creating that final product that you see on the pitch. I mean, and sometimes it's good for that information to be shared maybe years or months after in the form of documentary or stuff. And, you know, it can act as a learning tool too. You can look back at, you know, what you used to do and what you did wrong and what worked and what didn't.
Exactly.
So,
Like, you have all these guys, you know, like all, a lot of them can juggle the ball, you know. So they have this thing where they, like, every time before training, before they do, like, you know, they look for fast feet, they call it. They have a group of them that normally do some two-touch juggling with Freddie Butler.
Yeah, like, man, I see Freddie posted on Instagram.
You see that? Yeah, it's like those things. Nice. You understand me? You know, it's good, man. Like a lot of things I learned. Like I don't even like the teams in Jamaica do them, but I think it will be good. You know, like in terms of what the team does for recovery, the kind of like providing the whole fruit stuff, like the kind of fruits available.
Yeah, man. So you know, to link up with the team, them, man, and pass on them information, them, man.
You understand me? So
them time they are going to need a manager, you know. But it's good. But I mean, I think those information is good, you know, because I mean, overall, I think whenever we go to tournaments and have experiences, I think at some point those experiences must always come back to try to help the country. And so I remember we are picking players from our leagues to go and play in these tournaments. And you don't want when them go there, the thing is frightening or is new to them, and it takes them a while to adapt. I mean, the players who are in England, by and large, for the most part, will be exposed to. It's not the same thing, but similar things.
Yeah, I'm going to give you a big one. It's like Roy Simpson. Man, them are big in a CONCACAF, you know. I don't think people realize how dynamic he is as a Jamaican, even in CONCACAF. I'm telling you. Like, everybody in CONCACAF respect them on that because he's like a match coordinator in CONCACAF. Yeah, you have like people like Corius Reed and Howard McIntosh still. So Jamaica has a lot of clout, is what they call it, in CONCACAF.
Yeah, because even the former reggae girl, what's her name? Shonon Vincent. I see her being utilized a lot too when them doing them coaching seminars with females and stuff. So yeah.
Anyways, people, 4 hours and I plan 2 hours and I double the time, so I can't
come. Yeah, man, respect.
Build up yourself in a Bomb Sports TV. People, go and check it out, you know, subscribe. Link up Jason Guna TV as well, Cranky as well. Cranky Live, you understand? We support the platforms, them, the new one, them, and give them a big boss. But I am managed by this has been I Am Sure Sports, and I gotta go. So you know how it is when it gets to this point of the show. We say we are over, and we are OUT. Big up on yourself, people. Listen, we want 13 likes to 200. Hit the like button before we're gonna do that for me now, please. And thank you. Let's leave with a word from our sponsors, Trick Name.